What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live on this beautiful Monday evening. Shout out to our newest member, Pierre Luis. Appreciate you joining the TD Fans Talk membership family, homie. Welcome to all of our members. Welcome to the TD Fans Talk membership family. Also, everyone who tunes in and subscribe to the channel, nothing but love. Thank y'all for being here, hitting that like button, showing your love and support. And where would I be without the Mod Squad? Special shout out to the Mod Squad, man, for representing and taking care of business, helping me run the channel and handle the comment section. Guys, make sure you check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Sportscaster, everywhere. Under the tag TD Fans Talk. Make sure you check that out. All right. How is everyone doing today? I really hope that they're doing well. Y'all already know what time it is. YouTube, ever since the last stream I did, they haven't been sending out the notifications. So help me out, man. Just hit the like button. It's just as good as YouTube sending out the notifications. The more likes we got, the more people come in the building because they have the notification. As you can see, we have 160 people right now, only 72 likes. I can guarantee you we get to about 150 likes, we're going to have 250 people in here. It's just how it works, y'all. Hit that like button. Also, share the videos. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. Quick house cleaning before we get started. Those of you who have emailed me this pleasure in the members only stream, I have news for you. I'm not taking anything away from you. Okay. I just want those who know that the members only stream is not taking anything away from you. And let me explain why I said that. Okay. So, I got some nasty emails. Oh, you're doing membership now and I don't have the money for that. How dare you? And this and that. I'm not taking anything from you. For all of you all who know me, you know that I have had a Patreon for about a year now. Do you know on the Patreon, you're supposed to give exclusive videos and this, that, and the whole nine? I'm allowing you to have the videos now. Anything that I would have done for the Patreon, you now get to see it. You actually get more by me doing membership because you get to see it. But once a week, whether it's Friday or Saturday, the only thing that you don't get to do is comment on that video. That's it. So you're getting more. Just imagine a video that you would have never have gotten. Now you're getting it. You just can't comment. I don't know how to explain it to some of you all, but that's as clear as it possibly can be. Okay. You're actually getting more because now you get to see any additional videos that I do. If it were Patreon or anything like that, you get to see it. You get to see it. But you just can't comment once a week, and somebody said, TD's getting money hungry. I'm not getting money hungry. I'm making this a serious conversation once a week, because there's too many trolls otherwise. And on top of that, I do this now. So if I don't beg anyone for anything. I don't say you better be a member or you better do this. I don't beg anyone for anything. Everyone who becomes a member, they're doing it because they want to support the channel. It's that simple. They're doing it because they want to support the channel. And if you can't support the channel, I know you still are because you're here watching the videos and you're here hitting that like button or dislike. You're still supporting the channel. Okay, so I just wanted to say that because I don't want people to get all in their feelings, get all emotional and stuff. You're actually getting more by me doing membership, all right? And that's why I thank you to all those who do sign up for membership, because all you're doing is showing a little extra love and support because you can. And if you can't, I'm not asking you to. Just sit back and continue to enjoy the content. And guess what? An extra video a week. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right. Now, with that being said, I love everybody. I love y'all. Listen, they trying to drag my name in the mud out here. They trying to say, TD Fans Talk, don't know what he be talking about. Let me say this to all those who do YouTube or anything like that. I want to be clear. I love you. If you ever want to collab, I'm your guy. I'll put this platform, your platform. It's all good. It ain't no love lost. If you feel a certain type of way, let's give the people what they want and let's debate it out. Let's debate it out. All right. I can't wait till tomorrow because I'm going to do a powerful stream tomorrow because I'm going to be calling all the people that be running these fake narratives. Don't worry. I'm not even going to tell y'all what it is. But tomorrow's stream, oh, it's going down. All the detractors and all the excuse givers for certain people, why don't you show up tomorrow? Because I got something real sweet for you. I got something real sweet for you. We could debate it out. See, this ain't EM in the comment section. Shout out to the homie EM, but you number one on the list, EM. You are number one on the list. Me and you had a conversation about 24 hours ago, and you number one on the list. Oh, I hope you show up tomorrow. You out of all people, show up tomorrow. And you know what I'm talking about. They don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going live tomorrow about that specific subject. And I'm more than listen, you're more than welcome to come get ethered on it. You more than welcome to come get drug on the topic all you want. You can come making your excuses, but I am so ready to drag you on this. And you're sitting there making these excuses. Oh, I can't wait if you show up. Let me say that again, ladies and gentlemen. If you show up. Yes, tomorrow is going down. I'm going to ask one simple question to everybody. And I promise y'all it's going to start. It's going to start World War III. And I'm going to ask it anyway. But don't worry. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. All right. Let's have a more casual conversation tonight. All right. TD just became a member. Yeah, I did. Hold on. I did see a new member to the channel. Let me see who that is. Oh, yes, William Toll. Shout out to William Toll, the newest member to the channel. Appreciate you, homie. Welcome, man. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for supporting the channel the best way that you can. EM ain't ready. He can sit back and keep on laughing and thinking he know football. EM said it'll be an honor to be a guest on TD Foolish Talk. It's only foolish when you don't know better. That's all. It's only foolish when you don't know better. When you're making excuses and crying about stuff, when you know the facts cannot be altered. The facts cannot be altered. You're entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to false facts. You are not entitled to them. But we're going to get on it. We're going to get on that tomorrow, man. I ain't got to build people up like this, man. I don't want them all like, ooh, I can't wait. Nah, we're going to get there. All right. All right, man, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. I wanted to do this video. Again, hit that like button, y'all. I want to do this video because Brian Flores and Chris Grier disclosed their draft strategy in detail, and I want to talk about it because it eliminates all these rumors, man. All this stuff about who we should have got, who we shouldn't have got. They had a plan all along, and they executed it, and it went exactly according to plan. It went exactly according to plan, and everybody want to sit here. Let me tell you what happens. When we don't get who they wanted, and y'all know what I mean by they, the people who, oh, we messed up, we tried, why didn't we do this and that? Those people, when we didn't get who they wanted, they started to make these back channel excuses. What do I mean by back channel excuses? Let me tell you what it sounds like. Well, we were going to get them, but we couldn't because of this. Or we were going to do this, but we didn't because that ended up happening in the draft. No. Based off of this interview with Brian Flores and Chris Grier on Friday, it looks like they were able to execute exactly their plan, especially in the first round, ladies and gentlemen. Especially in the first round. Let's break it down, all right? I'm going to do some reading. I want to give credit up front to the Miami Herald and Adam Beasley for writing this article. They were members with the media that were present in this press conference, and they basically did a lot of quoting, paraphrasing what Flores and Grier said as a response to the questions that they were asking, all right? So I'm going to do a lot of reading. That way you all get a general gist, and I'm going to break down some of the details of what happened. So the Miami Dolphins began negotiating a trade out of the third pick at least 3 weeks before executing the deal. Did y'all hear that? We were on the phone talking about making this move 3 weeks before the deal. This was something they had already wanted to do. They were already on the phone like, somebody wants to move up. We interested. All right. But they held off until they found a path back into the top 10 where they targeted a number of offensive players, including the one they ultimately took, wide receiver Jalen Waddle. So the Miami Dolphins already had a deal in place to move out of number 3, but it was with the number 12 team. But they said, we're not going to do it yet because at the end of the day, we want to be able to get one of the top offensive players that we want. So we need to get back into the top 10. Now, that's according to NBC Sports' Peter King, who recently spent time with Dolphins general manager Chris Grier and Brian Flores. In King's latest NFL Morning in America column, he revealed that San Francisco 49ers executive John Lynch called Grier way back on March 3rd about moving from the 12th pick to number 3, a selection the Dolphins acquired from the Houston Texans in the Laramie Tunsil trade. All right. So we all are very... Okay, give it to mommy, okay, so she can fix it. We all know about that trade very well with Laramie Tunsil. This was a part of the big haul that we were able to receive. Man, he didn't close the door. One moment, y'all. Sorry, y'all, they didn't close the door. I got it. All right, so we already had this deal in place, but we wanted to move back into the top 10. Grier said, we're open. He told that to Lynch, according to King. We'll listen to your offer. But Flores was determined to land one of the best offensive players and didn't believe one would be there at 12. So Grier got the Eagles and Howie Roseman involved, resulting in the final deal. The Dolphins would move from the third to the 6th and land a future draft capital, including the Niners' first-round pick in 2023, and Eagles would slide from 6 to 12, but pick up an additional first-rounder in 2022, and the 49ers would get their quarterback, Trey Lance. While the Dolphins knew the move might take them out of contention for Florida tight end Kyle Pitts and LSU wide receiver Jamar Chase, owner Stephen Ross not only signed off on the deal, but was very excited about it, Grier told King. What more can I say? So here's Grier sitting there, 49ers calling, and he's like, oh, they're like, we want to move up. Grier's like, you know what, we'll listen. But we got reservations because my coach over here in my ear telling me, you know, we need one of them top offensive players this time. So it looks like they definitely wanted a top offensive player to begin with. Whether that was Pitts, Chase, Waddle, Smith, it didn't matter. As long as they could secure one of those guys, every single one of them would have helped this roster. All right? Now, Flores is the one that told Grier, but I don't think we can get him at 12. We need to hold off on this deal until we can make a move that can get us back in the top 10. So that's how the conversation went. All right. Now, see here. That speaks to how much they think of Waddle, who was the Dolphins pick at number 6 over teammate Devontae Smith. Right away, Brian was like, if we do this, go down to 12, we need to figure out a way to get back in the top 10, Grier told King. Grier is basically telling you what Flores told him. If we do this, we got to find a way to get back in the top 10. Flores knew we needed one of these offensive weapons, and we had to do it in the top 10. We knew that Devontae Smith, if he was the other guy, who is a very good player, was not going to be there at 12. He continued, we knew the players that we wanted would not be there at 12. So let me tell y'all what that means, guys. They had all 4 of these guys on their radar. And what they did is they said, which one is the least likely for us to take? Who's at the bottom of our list out of all 4? And that was Smith. Smith was at the bottom of the list. So what they did is said, where is Smith going to go? He's going to be top 10, Flores, especially if we don't pick in the top 10, he's going to be top 10. So they said we can't live at 12 because we'd be fine with Smith if we were able to get him at 10. But we can't live at 12. We know we can get him at 10, but that's even pushing it. So we need to move down even further. We cannot stay at 12. So the way you do that, you gauge the least player out of all 4, which was Smith to them. And they said, where could we get Smith in this draft? And they came to the conclusion, top 10, and even that's taking a risk. So what did they do? They said, we got to move back up in the first and preferably not number 10. All right, let's go on a little further. We felt that number 6, we felt we had to get to 8 was about where we said. So their draft strategy was, if we're going to move back up, we need to be targeting at a minimum number 8, not 12, not 9, not 10, not 11, none of those. We got to get in the top 8 to get one of these guys. All right. We were 100% sure we were not going to get a targeted player, especially Jalen, staying at 12, excuse me. They knew that. We felt we had to go down to 8. Was about where we said, but we wanted to get up higher. We weren't real comfortable at 8. We felt 6 was the spot for us to get Waddle. And that's in quotations. Let me say that again. We felt that 6 was the spot to get Waddle. We felt that 6 was the spot to get Waddle. That was their guy. That was their target. They knew that if they landed at 6, they could guarantee Waddle. Now, if Pitts failed, that's all fine, but they wanted Waddle at 6. They felt that it was more valuable to trade out of 3 and get Pitts and go Waddle and pick up an extra first-round pick in the future. Waddle was their guy all along. He was the guy with the best value for them to target and came with an extra first-round pick in the process. Let me read that again. We felt 6 was the spot for us to get Waddle. So nobody can tell me they weren't sitting there the whole time saying, we're getting Waddle, we're getting Waddle, we're getting Waddle. When 6 pick came, he was on the board. They weren't surprised because they were happy they got their plan worked out. And remember what I said, not only did Stephen Ross sign off on it, but he was excited to pick up the extra capital and still bring in a top flight player like Waddle. That was the goal. And that's what it was about. So all these, oh no, our target was Pitts. I'm under the realization now, Pitts wasn't the target because they would have stayed at 3. But if he had failed to 6, then of course they would have taken him, but it wasn't a big deal to them. Chase wasn't the target, but if he would have failed, it would have been something they needed to consider. I want to read something else, which is interesting. Now, let me finish reading the rest of this article, but the 49ers' original offer, this is the beautiful part. The 49ers' original offer was 3 first-round picks for the 3rd overall pick. But Grier, knowing he had leverage, asked for an additional 3rd rounder late in the process. Lynch agreed and wasn't even upset. Let me tell you how beautiful that is. Remember, they had finalized this deal 3 weeks earlier. The deal was 3 first-round picks. Tell me why right before they did the deal, Grier came back and be like, man, I'm going to be honest, we need an extra 3rd. We need a 3rd to go with that. And they threw it in. Big boy Grill, boy. Hey, Grill be pivotal, man. Grier know what time it is, boy. Grier said 3 first-round picks. They agreed in principle. When it was time to make the move, Grier was like, listen, man, we're going to need another 3rd. Big boy Grier be getting it done, man. Oh, man, Grier ain't right, man. Grier ain't right, man. Our general manager about to do fair time, man, for scamming. I ain't gonna lie, he gonna do fair time, man. Now he said, I love dealing with. Now this is what Lynch said. The general manager Lynch, he said, I love dealing with Chris. Lynch told King, he's not emotional about it, and his word is everything. Chris is a rock. To me, Grier said, it's never about winning a trade. It's never about winning a trade. It's about being open, honest, and working towards getting a deal both sides feel good about. Of course, it ain't about winning a trade, Grier, but you keep doing it. Of course, it ain't about winning the trade, but you keep doing it. Let's go, Grier, man. Grier Capone. I see you, DJ. That's funny. Grier Capone. Hey, y'all hit that like button, man. We up to 400 people in the building. We're going to try to get up to 5, man. But we only got 171 likes. I promise y'all, let's get 250 likes. It'll be up to 500 because they're not going to send a notification to everybody. So hit the like button, y'all. Let everybody know we live right now. We need that like button hit. All right. Grier always manages a team with one eye on the future, which might rub some win now coaches the wrong way, but that's not the cause for Flores. Thank God. There's a balance there. A place we're trying to get to, somewhere in the middle, Flores said. Before adding the players, the team selected from the 19 to 21 will be the core of the team and will determine whether their joint experiment is a success. This is all an experiment, y'all. But I ain't gonna lie, they kind of throw a little shade at Adam Gase with that one. Y'all ain't noticed that? A little bit of shade to Adam Gase because that's why he got fired. What did our owner Stephen Ross say? We fired Adam Gase because he wanted to win now. And what does Peter King say about Grier? Grier always manages a team with one eye on the future, which might rub some win now coaches the wrong way. But that's not the case for Flores. Did y'all see that little insert there? The difference between Flores and Adam Gase? I don't even know why I'm even talking about a difference between the two. Adam Gase don't even belong in a conversation. Y'all forgive me for my profanity saying that man's name. All right. Please forgive me. Flores also touched on the decision to bench rookie quarterback Tua Tagovailoa twice last season and his expectations for Tagovailoa in year 2. I never liked to put it on one player, Flores said. I think we've got a lot of young players, and we're looking for all of those players, as well as really everyone on our team, to improve in a variety of ways. If they're putting all the work in, I expect the improvement them to get better and perform better. Tua is obviously at the top of that list. He's been working. All signs point to, or I would say, based on my experience, he's doing everything necessary to make some improvements. That's really all we can ask for. My thing is, if you put the work in, the results will take care of themselves. All right. And last thing on the article, last year's situation is, we've talked about this numerous times. If he has started the season, we wouldn't have pulled him. We put him in, we're in a playoff chase. At that point, second half in the game 15 as Las Vegas with Ryan Fitzpatrick entered the relief. It's, hey, we've got to do whatever it takes to try to win. But no, my confidence wasn't shaken in him. So what Flores is basically saying is, if Tua had started the whole season, they would have been all right. I got to be honest about what Flores is saying here. All right. He's basically saying if Tua had started the whole season, they probably wouldn't have been in playoff form anyway. So he would have never pulled him. He only pulled him because we were playing for something. Otherwise, he would have let him grow through his mistakes. They only pulled. That's basically what he's saying. Had he started the season, I would have never pulled him. And basically, he went on to say, at that point, just like week 15 when I pulled him, I mean, we were in playoff contention, so I had to do whatever it took to continue that path. So had Tua had started the whole season, I think Flores knows we probably would have been like 2 wins less maybe at that point, and would have just kept him in the game because, hey, we didn't expect to even have a playoff run in us if he had taken the helm from game 1. We were just developing our team. And we want to win every game, but we would have understood that we're developing our team and we didn't have any expectations. And I like that because it takes all the expectations off of this team and Tua, because that's one of the main reasons Tua gets a bad rep now is the fact that we came so close to the playoffs and his play was a difference maker. But had we had an expectation not to be there anyway and had played him all season and we already lost 2 more games, we wouldn't have all been as upset. We would have just felt like, hey, it's part of the growing process. And in other words, did we overachieve? I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. We did something that we didn't go into the season expecting to do, which is a beautiful thing. So that's what it kind of comes down to. All right. Huncho J with the donation said, I heard we supposed to be getting new uniforms. Time will tell. I heard something like that recently too. But again, time will tell. I think this whole league in the next 5 to 10 years are going to be switching to a whole new look. The whole new color rush type deal, like where neon and it all, just, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Bold, flashiness. I think it's time for the league to get to that point anyway. All right. But outside of that, man, so that was the article. Okay. Now understand, first and foremost, let's go back to what was said from the beginning. Waddle was the guy all along, okay? It wasn't Pitts, and we're learning that now. And even me, I want Pitts. If Pitts on the board, you get Pitts. But he wasn't on the board. He wasn't on the board. But they wanted a playmaker so bad that I don't think that Panay Sewell was even on their top 4. He wasn't on their top 4 radar, and obviously he wasn't. Obviously he wasn't. It was Pitts, Chase, Waddle, and Smith, and then maybe Sewell if something crazy had happened earlier before that. So at least we know that to be a fact now. So you ain't got to listen to these justifiers try to say the only reason they got Waddle was because they missed on Pitts. Yeah, because that's what they expected to do. It's exactly what they expected to do. So, I mean, we got to go back and really look at it and say, job well done and well played by Chris Grier and Brian Flores. You get a playmaker and an extra first-round pick to do it again in the future, potentially, by doing that. And that's the beautiful part of it all. All right. Andres with the donation said, I think the smarter decision would have been to let him sit the year. Fitz would have taken us to the promised land. Not saying Tua won't. He will this year. You know what? I mean, I like your take on that, but let me offer a counter proposition for you. Because nobody's talking about this. And I'm actually appreciative that they did it this way now after the fact, because I was livid at the time. I already knew we would have went to the playoffs if it was Fitz. Just my opinion. I believe we would have. Doesn't mean we might not. We might have lost even more games. I don't know. I just feel like we would have. All right. But let me say this to counter that. That could have had the potential of creating a massive issue. Imagine Ryan Fitzpatrick starting for the Miami Dolphins. Ryan Fitzpatrick starting in the first playoff game, and Ryan Fitzpatrick actually winning a playoff game. And don't let it have been winning 2. Imagine that. Imagine that. You know what we would have all been talking about this offseason? Bring Fitz back and continue to let Tua develop and let them battle it out. And don't start Tua until he's ready. Fitzpatrick is good enough for now. It would have been even more drama. And then if they would have moved on from Fitz after doing that, it would have been even more controversial because Tua got 10 times as much pressure, especially if he declines. Because you would have gotten Fitz on a little friendly deal, just like Washington did. Somebody said Fitz ain't the guy. He's not. But if he had done that, it would have been even more controversial in our organization. It would have been even more controversial. And I like it because if you're going to move on, you got to move on. And that's what they did. So you stop that potential of what Fitz can do by breaking it up and going ahead and throwing Tua in the fray. Because some could ask, why would we throw Tua in the first place in that case? Fitz wasn't doing horrible. He had actually start getting a rhythm with the offense and start winning games. And I believe he would have went on a run. That's the truth. No tooth fairy, Cammy. Oh my gosh, y'all ain't gonna believe this. So the soon-to-be 5-year-old Tooth came out and the tooth fairy visited him. And now every day, every night, he saw the little gifts that the tooth fairy brought his brother. So every day he points at his tooth and tell me to take his tooth for the tooth fairy to come. No tooth fairy. You go get mommy. Come on. Go get mommy. Close the door, okay? Oh, my gosh. All right. They will always have excuses. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Finn Strong for becoming a member on the channel. Welcome to TDPHINSTALK membership, man. Let me ask y'all a question. Was Fritz better than Tua as a rookie? I don't know. I have no clue. I don't remember Fitz's rookie campaign or anything. I have no clue. Some of y'all who've been around long enough may be able to answer that. Some of y'all may be able to answer that. But at the end of the day, anybody who can sit here and argue that, Fitz would have been the future, now you done lost your mind. I mean, Fitz didn't have no. I actually I respect what they did now after the fact. It's just that as a fan, you get all caught up in that moment where we're doing so well and we got a chance to make a playoffs and you want to do everything you possibly can to get it done. But I think Tua got a good sample size of exposure to the NFL pace in the game, got his feet wet. And that early start is going to be very valuable for his future. Again, he still has to make the necessary improvements and turn the corner and be that guy, but this is going to be very valuable for his future. It really is. All right. Let me see here. TD, wasn't Fitzpatrick 3 wins, 3 losses as a starter in 2020? I couldn't. Oh, 2020. Yes, I believe so. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yes. Everyone seems to forget Fitz played like Jameis Winston in 50% of his games. Which is true, but we always had a chance to win. What you got to understand this year is we never got blown out because of the defense. And just imagine though our stagnant offense this year, had it been just give me a little 20% more productive, which still wouldn't have made us a top offense, but we probably would have won 2 more games just from a 20% increase on offensive production. And going in with 12 wins, come on, y'all. Come on. Whew, Troy Aikman was not good his rookie year. Listen, y'all can throw out all the names you want about who was good and who wasn't good their rookie year. Hey, we could use that. But every individual and every situation is different. Because I could also, listen, I could tell you 10 times more quarterbacks that weren't good their rookie year and that remained for the rest of their career. So we can get into this person wasn't good their rookie year either. See, that's what a lot of people like to do, right? In NFL history, they'll find 10 people who fit the same situation, but they won't talk about the 1,000 who didn't. Some of y'all might be lucky enough to name 10 quarterbacks who were trash their rookie year and end up being one of the greats. But you're not talking about the 1,000 that were trash from the beginning and still was trash. So glass half empty, glass half full, however you want to, phrase it, it all still applies. It all still applies. All right. All right. EM Baller with the donation said, no, Fitz as a rookie wasn't better than Tua as a rook. Fitz never has the upside Tua does. I appreciate what Fitz did in Miami, but Tua is the guy now. And I agree. But we shouldn't even be comparing Fitz to Tua, and here's why. It doesn't matter what somebody was their rookie year versus not their rookie year. The only thing that matters in the game of football is what are you right now? What are you right now? I don't care if you're a 22-year-old versus a 42 or 43-year-old Tom Brady. It doesn't matter to me. What are you right now? That's the only thing that matters, ladies and gentlemen. What are you right now? Because that's what's going to matter when you enter this next game. Not your potential. Potential is yet to be seen. Potential carries an element of hope. Potential has no tangibles to it. Nothing you can put your hand on until it's actually done. So the comparison of, well, Tua was better than him his rookie year, so imagine what Tua's going to be at that point. You don't know. Because how many quarterbacks have been great their rookie year and end up trash later on? We're not even going to mention the situation that these quarterbacks come in. Some come in better situations than others. I remember we used to argue that some quarterbacks come in better situations than others. Nah, bro, if you got it, you got it. Now all of a sudden Tua is on our team, and Herbert had all of that though. Now it applies. That makes sense to me. But I can't wait till tomorrow. I want y'all to come tomorrow because I want y'all to join the stream. And I don't want, listen, I want those, listen, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what the question is going to be tomorrow. And we're going to talk about it. I want to hear from y'all. The question for tomorrow is, did Tua not trust his receivers? The question for tomorrow, it's a 2-part question actually. Did Tua not protect his receivers? I mean, trust his receivers. And if he didn't trust his receivers, did that impact his play? Did that impact what he needed to do on the field? That's going to be the conversation tomorrow. Did Tua trust his receivers? And if he didn't, did it impact his play? So I want to hear y'all tomorrow what y'all got to say about that. I want to hear what you got to say about that. You're going to be allowed on the stream. It's not a members only. Everybody come through tomorrow and let me know what you think in regards to this notion that Tua didn't trust his receivers, because a lot of people keep telling me that. A lot of people keep saying, he didn't do this because he didn't trust those guys on the field. He delayed in this because he didn't trust those guys. Look who he was throwing to. He didn't trust them. And I've heard a lot of that. And so all y'all who believe that he didn't trust his receivers, make sure y'all in full attendance tomorrow, because y'all out there, you screaming loud and proud, but I want to see how many of you show up and give me a compelling reason why tomorrow. Please, tomorrow. Melvin said no chemistry. Bring it tomorrow, Melvin. Bring it tomorrow, Melvin. Bring it tomorrow. I want to know tomorrow. Please, that's going to be an amazing stream. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. And y'all hit that like button. We got 470 people, only 235 likes. Told you if we can get 250 likes, we're going to be up to 500. Told you we'll be up to 500 if we can get 240, over 250 likes. We'll be getting there. There we go. We getting the likes up. They'll be on the way. Punch that like button. Let's get 300 likes. That's how YouTube think they can play the game. We can beat them at that game. Hit the like button. We can overshadow what they're trying to do. Donald and Irene Young said, TD, tell me what rookie quarterback is allowed to audible a called play from the OC. Didn't happen with Marino, Elway, Manning, Rodgers, and not even Brady. The only ones who can do that, Donald, are the ones who are capable of doing it. And the guys that you name, they weren't capable of doing it at the time. So if a rookie ain't capable, they ain't capable. But I don't have an issue with the audibles and stuff like that yet. Stuff like that comes over time. My main concern going into tomorrow, did he trust his receivers? Shout out to Antonio with the donation. Says 76 completion, I believe 133 attempts, 56.3%, 777 yards, 4 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 4 games played. Fitz rookie season as a rookie for Steelers. Oh, okay. I'll get the 76 completion out of 133. Okay. So an even smaller sample size. And he was taking those risks early on, throwing those picks. Last in yards per pass this year. It's not about trust. It's about talent, TD. Pedro, tomorrow. Tomorrow, Pedro. Tomorrow, man. When Tua has something to throw to and is fully healthy with an open playbook, he will succeed. I promise you. Okay. Thanks for the promise. But it's crazy that you're promising something that somebody else can only keep. Y'all notice that? See, I don't think that makes any sense for you to promise something that he has to keep. Bars. If Tua don't meet expectations, he is gone. Depends on what your expectations are. Maybe I should ask that of everyone. What are your expectations for Tua in 2021? What are your expectations for Tua in 2021? Rodgers is coming in, TD. Where's the Rodgers hype? I'm all in for Rodgers. Listen, Green Bay is doing everything they possibly can to make sure that that doesn't happen. I don't know if y'all got the breaking news about 30 minutes ago, but Green Bay offers Rodgers long-term deal, a significant long-term deal. They basically backed up the Brinks truck, gave him a lot of guaranteed money and all that stuff. And at this point, it's just a matter of if he's going to take it or not. I know if he turns it down, and he out of there for sure. He out of there for sure. If he turns it down, he's out of there. But from my understanding, I thought they already offered him a massive deal. And he wasn't happy about the terms of the future. But listen, Green Bay's going to keep Rodgers, I'm starting to believe, and here's why. Because at the end of the day, their deal will include guaranteed years, so he don't have to worry about Jordan Love anymore. He's not trying to get kicked to the curb and moved on from and done wrong by an organization looking like a little simp. Like they got everything out of you and now they kick you to the curb. And he say, you either going to let me retire here or we got problems or I'm going to go out on my own terms. That's what it is. So they're probably going to make him close to being the highest paid and guarantee a large portion of it that will probably guarantee at least 3 more years. And now he can relax and ain't got to worry about anything around him. Exactly. He's not trying to get Brett Favre. Because whether y'all believe it or not, that kind of messed with Brett Favre's legacy a little bit, kind of getting kicked to the curb. And then he went on, and then he had that phenomenal year with Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. He was throwing, man, Brett Favre was killing it that year. I remember. I was like, man, he just like Hail Mary and everything, and it's being caught. Like he was throwing all kind of dimes. I never forget Brett Favre when he was in Minnesota when he left Green Bay. That was a crazy year. Brett Favre was just eating. But they've already offered him. So now if he says okay, yeah, I mean, it means that he ain't worried anymore. The deal is probably so rich that no other team want to take that on and give up draft capital. So he ain't got to worry about the trade situation. And then on top of that, you know, he probably got guaranteed years. He don't want to be disrespected no more. But I thought here's my deal. I thought for Rodgers, the important thing was winning. And this is going to answer it all. If he takes this deal, then it really wasn't winning. It was about, you know, having that little staple. It was about literally sitting there and almost genius. I just won MVP. They need to give me another $15 million a year. Let me cause havoc and say I want out. Oh, I get the deal I want. And maybe that's what it was about. We're going to find out. That's what we're going to find out. So if he takes that deal and stays, it was all about money and it was a Rodgers show. And if Rodgers says, no, I don't want that deal, I want out, oh, he's on his way out and he's going somewhere. There are a lot of talk about Denver, and they keep on putting Miami in the fray because nobody believes in Tua. Mainstream media has officially stopped believing in Tua, except the hopeful media. Those who say, give the kid a chance. And they're not wrong for saying that. I agree, give the kid a chance. But if you got an opportunity to bring in a Hall of Famer who is still playing MVP football, then Chris Grier got a decision to make. And like they said in their interview, Tua's at the front of their expectations on players that to improve. And obviously he's the biggest piece of it. They need that improvement. They're going to need that improvement, period. Shout out to Cray, said it won't let me be a member. Also, go Fins. Cray, I'm sorry about that. I have no idea why it won't let you be a member. That's a first. That's definitely a first. I have no clue why it's not letting you be a member. So I don't even have an answer for that because everybody should be able to be a member. All right. Unless there's regulations or rules wherever you're from. I don't know if you're in the US or not. So, but welcome to your attempt to being a member. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. All right. The link won't work. Really? Well, you might need to go to my homepage. And try it that way because it's usually located on the homepage of TD Fins Talk. TD, who has better season 2021, Tua or Herbert? That's a tough one. And again, it's all speculation. You know, how would I know? I can't see the future, but here's why it's tough. Tua's O-line is going to improve, but the reality is we still don't know where we're going to get out of it. That's number one. Number two, he has weapons galore, but they're still going to be relying on how well this offensive line does. And on top of it, how much improvement has Tua made? But in regards to Herbert, the O-line was already decent, and then it got better. Still got weapons. And he was balling from day one, and that's supposed to improve on its own, just a second-year jump. I mean, conventional wisdom will tell you Herbert all day. But I don't know. I don't know. Because Herbert don't have his defense either. Herbert doesn't have this defense. TD, where is this so-called news you read on Rodgers 30 minutes ago? We can't find anything. It's right on Bleacher Report. Maybe that's a little too close for you to see. Right on Bleacher Report. It just dropped. All right. Yeah, it just dropped. I'm kind of subscribed to everything. Ian Baller with the donation said, who's better tight end, Gesicki or Tebow? Man, I tell you one thing, you better not sleep on Tebow. You better not sleep on Tebow. Y'all already know what time it is. Tebow, you don't know what you're going to get from Tebow. But, of course, I'm going to give it to Gesicki. Gesicki's the better tight end because I ain't never seen Tebow at tight end. So how am I to know? No clue. Who's the better quarterback, Tua or Tebow? How about y'all answer that the same way y'all answer everything else? What was Tua's record? Do you remember what Tebow's record was? When Tebow like 7-1 or something like that? Oh man, when Tebow like 7-1 or some crap like that, man? When he like 7-1? Hey, because that's how a lot of y'all say how many games Herbert win and how many games Tua won. All right then. Okay, well, which one better, Tebow or Tua? If you want to go off a record. And he didn't complete 50% of his passes. Why? Because he was more mobile, though. Oh, man. And the man got a playoff victory versus Pittsburgh in division. Oh, man. Tua is a better QB, but will still be a bust. Oh, man. LOL, chill. Hey, man, I'm trying to chill. I'm just trying to use the same energy everybody give me. They always saying, how you going to say Herbert better? What's Herbert record versus Tua's record? All right, then who better, Tebow or Tua? Because Tebow was almost flawless. Tebow lost like one game. Tebow had 15 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the game. Hey, it ain't that much different from Tua. Don't do nothing for 3 quarters and then all of a sudden show up in the fourth. But at least Tebow had the opportunity to show up in the fourth. They just pulled Tua and put Fitz in. So, hey, we don't know what Tua would have did in them fourths. He could have been a Tebow. I don't know, man. Tebow lost 3 games. Okay. He lost 3 games, y'all. They got a playoff victory. What? Tebow was 7-3 or 8-3 or something like that. Oh, man, Tebow won a playoff game. No question, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was the wildest season ever. Like if y'all look at the TV ratings, at 1:00 every game started. But the whole world, almost every Sunday after their game, watched the bonus coverage of the Denver Broncos, always in the last 5 minutes. And the whole country got to see it. Every game would tune in to T-Bone Mania for the last 5 minutes of the game, they'd be down by a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 430 touchdowns, but they got it done. Every fourth quarter, and it wasn't the fourth quarter. It was specific to 5 to 8 minutes left. It was specific. Like everything perfect that needed to happen happened every single time. It was like, oh my God. Like he can't throw the ball all game. Man can't make an 8-yard pass, but in the last 5 minutes, he run it down your throat and make that one pass for 13 yards and run it down your throat, make another one for 7, and all of a sudden, miracle time. Oh, man. He was a winner, y'all. He was a winner. And they kicked that man out the league. Tebow was done unfair, man. And Elway and them thought they was slick. They were trying to put him out there on Front Street to blast his game of how bad he is so that nobody gets mad of why that they cut him. But he ended up winning them games, and they still cut him anyway. They should have kept that man. They know that man belonged in the league. They know that man belonged. Watch Jacksonville going to be running some Wildcat with him. They're going to be running Wildcat. He going to be playing some tight end, and then they're going to do some fleet flickers and stuff like that. He going to throw. Watch, they're going to have like that year we did Wildcat here in Miami. Watch. They're going to be having all the trickery and all that good stuff. Watch what they do in Jacksonville, and they're going to win some games because they got Tebow on the team. Oh, man. Debo with the donation said, TD, imagine we still had Zach, Seuss, and Porter at our linebacker. Who is Sayah. Yeah, I'm saying Zeus. I don't know why I got a Z because I saw Zach. Zach, Sayah, and Porter at our linebacker core right now with the roster we have now. It'll be nasty, but let me tell you something. When you say that, but remember, that was a traditional 4-3. That was a traditional 4-3. And those guys were monsters in that set. But right now, I like the Benardrick McKinney. Jerome Baker taking a little bit more of a step forward, which I think Bernard McKinney gonna help him do. And then you add Ogbar and Phillips at the end. I gotta be honest with you, man. Even though they haven't proven it yet, I'm more excited about this than the thought of those guys from the past. But yeah, that would be a nasty core. But remember, that ain't how our defense operates anymore. We ain't in that 4-3. We're in that 3-4. Tight end sweeps all game from Tebow. We gonna see. Tebow is gonna want to punish the Broncos, Jets, both. And you already know he's gonna be a media skeptical again. And he's right here in Jacksonville, not far from Gainesville, where he's the most legendary Gator of all time, pretty much. He right here in back door. He gonna be in Jacksonville. That's an hour and a half from Gainesville. Man, him alone with them having the number 1 overall pick and all of them assets, man, they finna bring some crazy energy to Jacksonville. I gotta listen. That franchise just got that much more valuable overnight, just like that. They just got that much more valuable. It's been 8 years. Stop it. Are you crazy? Do you know what Tebow brings? The fanfare of seeing Tebow back on the field, man, in Jacksonville. Come on, man. That's selling tickets. Do you realize Tebow was the most popular player in the NFL when he got drafted? That's a fact. I don't care how good you were. He became the most popular. TD, I believe Jay Holland about to become an all-pro. If that happens, we're going to the Super Bowl. If that happens, we're going to the Super Bowl. Tebow sells tickets, but that's all. That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about what his selling and what he brings. He don't just sell jerseys. He sell tickets. He sells tickets. That's what it's about, man. Anywho, y'all, man. Back on the Miami Dolphins, though. Listen, we already got the team built. We already know what we need to do. It's just a matter of How will these young new guys transform into this offense? What we also have to realize is we have a lot of young guys. We have a lot of young guys on this roster. And I'm talking about in vital roles. When you really go through the roster, at this point, you're going to have Holland or Brandon Jones as a starter. You're going to have young guys in the linebacking core still not off their rookie deal. Your front set, you still got Christian Wilkins, who's a young guy, Jalen Phillips. I mean, across the board, man, we still got a lot of young guys on this team. Offense, the whole offensive line except Max Skura, young guys. Wide receiver is one of the most tenured groups, but they just got a little younger. Running back core, young. We still got a young team that we need to take that next step in that next level and rise. We have to. And that's relying on a lot of pieces, y'all. That's going to be relying on a lot of pieces for the Miami Dolphins. With everything going on right now, real quick in the comment section, because I'm going to ask y'all this 100 times between now and the season started. Be honest, and I want y'all to be real critical real quick. What is your prediction for this season? What is your record prediction? Put it in the comment section. What is your record prediction? Put it in the comment section. (17-0) Super Bowl, 12-4. It's 17 games, so I'm gonna give that 12-5. A lot of 12 wins, 10 plus wins. I don't like that 10 plus win comment because 10 wins ain't gonna get you in the playoffs. 11 could keep you out. Y'all understand that? 11 can keep you out. 12-5. Fox bet got us at over under 8.5. 9-9. 18 games, an extra one. Wow. 11-6. Do y'all realize how hard it is to go 12-5? You lose 3 games, you're probably gonna lose like any other team, and then you slip up on 3 others and you out of the playoffs. Any given Sunday, and it's not easy. King Mill with the donation said, just a question. How would you feel about this team if we had Herbert with all these weapons? Are you saying last year or going forward? See, that's a tough question, but I can answer it. How would I feel if we had Herbert? Everybody would have a better sense of confidence right now. You can be a Tua fan, but you still have a better sense of confidence because Herbert's already done what you hoping Tua does. So I would feel good. I would feel great. I would feel great. I would honestly feel great. That's just the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Tua is our quarterback, but to answer your question, I would feel great because he's already done what we hope Tua does. Easy. Easy, man. So, and that wasn't to ruffle no feathers or make anybody feel any type of way. It's just the truth. TD, we got 5 wins in the AFC East, but that's where we got to dominate, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we can't go anything less than 4-3 in the AFC East. That's where you have to dominate. You have to dominate in the AFC East. You got to, at a minimum, go 4-2. You have to. Shout out to Blackbeard Gaming. Welcome to the channel membership, homie. We got to start having a positive record in our division. You can't split 50-50. We got to stop this 3-3 crap and 2-4 crap, 1-5 crap. We got to stop that mess, man. That's what it comes down to. We got to be 4-2 in a bad situation, 5-1 to be where we need to be, and 6-0 to dominate. You got 2 games from an up and coming Jets. You better sweep them. And this is the year you need to sweep the Patriots, period. I don't care that they geared up. You already were geared up. Now you even got better. You better sweep the Patriots. And if anybody you split with, it better be Buffalo. 5-0. 5-1. We got to stop this mess. In a worst case scenario where we underachieve in a division, needs to be 4-2. 3-3 is a disaster. 3-3 is a disaster. And we got to stop that mess, man. And there's a lot of elements on this team that honestly get you nervous. Yeah, we all say trust the process, but we want to be human, right? There's a lot of things that make you nervous. See, we could talk about a lot of things. Let me name them all. Let's name them all, okay? Let's name them all. Let's be honest and fair here. Let's name all the factors that have a potential to make you nervous. Tua Tagovailoa's growth leads the field. That's number one. Matter of fact, I'm going to put tallies because I want to show y'all how many things that on this team could actually make you nervous. Let's keep them at. Tua Tagovailoa is number one. Offensive line, number two. Right? 2 new offensive coordinators. Nobody talking about that, are they? It just happened. We were like, and now it's all brushed over. But nobody talking about the simple fact that we got 2 new OCs and we can find ourselves week 5 like, what are they doing? We don't know. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? Brand new OC. Did we get a new DC? I'm tripping. Maybe my years are mixed up here. We got this. We got a different. Let mommy know, okay? All right, close the door. Thank you. It's too much. And EM's still up in here. He right. He has been talking about it. We've had conversations about it, about the new OCs. That's a big concern. That is a big concern. What if we still ain't got that true nose up the middle that's blocking up the run, which we hope we do? Another concern. So many of them. These are major things that can actually derail us this year. And we all hoping they work out. And all y'all who ready to come in, have faith, TD. I'm not saying that I don't. I'm just pointing out the obvious. These are all things that we have to hope that we don't look at that right on time. All your speaking is poison. Man, get out of here then. Don't be contaminated. Bye. That's all you got to do, Frank. I promise you we won't miss you. And hit the dislike on your way out because I need it. It's engagement. Kills me people do that. Oh, your speaking is poison. No, that's what we do on this channel. We talk about all the possibilities, good, bad, indifferent. It doesn't matter. That way we're not shocked. That way we need people telling you everything that you want to hear and it don't happen. You're like, whoa, what are they doing? That's why you're always mad at the team. Because you're always listening to them people that tell you what you want to hear. I ain't here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you my truth and what I've come up with. You either like it or you don't. I'm a little upset he ain't hit the dislike yet. I need that dislike before he leave. Oh man. Somebody said man. Oh, there it is. I got the dislike. We good, but I got 60 more likes. I appreciate y'all too. All right. TD, let's look at the OCs a little different as well. The league hasn't figured them out either. So we can take many a team by surprise, the DC and the same Josh Boyer. And I agree with that premise. You know, we don't know what to expect and how they call their plays. But I think this season teams are still going to game plan to Tua. That's just the truth. Regardless of what our OCs do, the teams are going to game plan to Tua. Send pressure. Take away the first read. Let's see what the Dolphins have done to overcome that. Until they prove that they can overcome that from last year, it doesn't matter. And maybe that is punching that rock down their throat, running that ball. But at the same token, even running didn't work because they loaded the box on Tua, because they played to Tua. They dared you to throw the ball. And just because we got Will Fuller and Jalen Waddle, you still going to have a game where we prove it before teams back off. Flores and company got another thing coming. If he think game one, well, they got Waddle and Fuller, we can't start that way. No, let's see if Tua can handle it first. If he can handle it, now we know. But why we going to go against that and play some regular stuff and give them all that credit? That's what teams are going to do. That's what they're going to do. Let mommy know. That's it. It's that simple. Tua has all the weapons, no excuses now. I can't say that. I know that we all, he ain't got no excuse now, but it is a team game. I mean, this O-line could flake up. What if the weapons he have now dropping passes? It's all relevant. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. It's all relevant, man. Shout out to the homie G Will becoming the newest member of TD Fans Talk. Appreciate you, homie. Welcome. Y'all welcome G Will to the family. Blackbeard Gaming as well. Everybody who joined the TD Fans Talk membership family, I appreciate y'all, man. Tua is Russ 2.0. Hope so. That'd be sweet. That would be sweet. See, that's what I'm hoping for. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hoping for Tua to come out and they just running the rock. They play action. Tua just giving the business, connecting downfield. Like, imagine Tua got this offense averaging over 30 points. Like, imagine that Breeze effect and stuff. Imagine our offense with Tua literally averaging like 30 points a game. Super freaking Bowl. So I don't care. Y'all gonna have to get me off of that and say, slow down, TD. It just start. Super freaking Bowl. Tua coming out here throwing touchdowns, just ripping it across the field. He got guys, he just throwing to it. It's just a thing of beauty. Super freaking Bowl. I don't care what none of y'all got to say. Yeah, I'm telling everybody, shut up. I don't care whether you like them, dislike them, whatever. Super freaking Bowl. We ready for war. I'm talking so much trash to other teams. If we could just get that type of play just rocking, man, I'm going to cry. I cry because I know I'm about to see one in my lifetime. I know I'm about to get one of them. Just to think of it. I know I'm about to get one of them boys in my lifetime. Just witness my team go through the journey of winning. Now, listen, Dolphin fans, do y'all realize how much more potent us winning a Super Bowl with this process is going to be? Because we've been through it all, the fails, the falls. We've been through it all. You know how much more satisfying it'll be? EM said it's very possible. I know it is. I know it is, but you know, when you've been burnt so many times, it's like, well, we'll believe it when we see it. Somebody said if TD was our quarterback, we'd be in the Super Bowl. I ain't finna sit here and lie to you and try to build myself up. They draft me and y'all, the whole 99% of the fan base would be like, trade this fool right away. I would tell y'all, trade me after you give me that guaranteed first round money. Y'all at least let me get my check first. At least let me go on sign my little 4-year, $32 million, fully guaranteed. Then I'll be as honest as I can be. I ain't y'all guy. They can let me go. Come eat this dead cap. You can come get this dead cap. Just y'all at least let me get paid. Let me get paid, all right? Man, TD has an elite arm talent. Give me that guaranteed money. I'm going to have it for about 24 hours. You know what my arm talent gonna be? Signing that contract. That's about it. And I ain't doing nothing. You ain't finna have me at Pizza Hut getting arrested like Mark Walden. You ain't gonna have me to listen. I'm gonna stay in this house until I get my checks. You ain't gonna have me on no hood of a car dancing as a former offensive lineman, first rounder. Talk about making a rap album. Nah, you ain't gonna have none of that. I'm gonna be sitting right in this house till I get my check. Well, listen, it is what it is, man. Y'all at least let me get my money. He got arrested at Pizza Hut. Yeah, he got arrested at Pizza Hut. TMZ just released the video of it. Y'all ain't seen Mark Walton video? I ain't gonna lie, it's sad. It's sad. It's honestly sad. You just see a level of anger from the young man that honestly isn't necessary, but you could tell it's ingrained. It's sad. If you saw the video, it's sad though, because his cousin was sitting there the whole time trying to tell him, let's just go, man. Forget it, forget it. And his cousin was pleading with him all the way to the car, and then he just knocked his cousin out. And that's what got him arrested. He was actually going to free and going home and everything, but he knocked his own cousin out on the ground, and they arrested him. It's crazy, man. All because Pizza Hut or whoever it was, whatever pizza place, disrespected him. And he came up there yelling at him through the window and saying, come say it. I'm outside and say it to my face and crap. Police came, gave him a million opportunities, and he finally got to his car and just knocked his cousin out because his cousin was trying to get him in the car. And that's what got him, and that's what put him in jail. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. TD, I'll be at the playoff game with my poster. The Jack Boys are for real. Hey, I hear you, man. Hey, we gonna be there. You know, I've thought of that though. I've thought of that. I said, you know, doing what I do, and I love doing TD Fans Talking from here. If we went to the Super Bowl, do I go to the Super Bowl or do I stream it at home? Because I go to when I go to the games, and y'all, those who've been subscribed 2 years ago, because I ain't didn't do nothing last year with COVID, but 2 years ago, y'all know I go to like 7 games a year, 8 games a year, and I'm there with my phone streaming the whole game live and actually showing y'all the feel a little bit too, because YouTube still ain't take that down. I think it's something where if you're there, you can, which tells me something. But anyway, y'all know I be at the game live with my family streaming, but in the Super Bowl, you ain't gonna be able to do that because you ain't gonna have no reception. They're gonna jam that place tight. So do you go and don't stream, or do you enjoy it with the people that this process was built with and you stream it? And that's something I actually thought about. I was like, man, I think I would actually want to stream it, but at the same token, oh, this is once in a lifetime. Or is it once in a lifetime? Are we about to be the new dynasty? But I got to be honest with y'all. As of today, I got to go. So I love y'all. I got to go. Me and my daddy. I always told my daddy, we going to be in there. We going to be in there. It's going to happen. And we going to be there. Anyway, we got to go. We got to go to the Super Bowl. We're going to be in the Super Bowl. And I'll be streaming the rest of them, the dynasty from here. But first one, you got to go. All right. TD, can we get a shout out to Solo D? He in here. Shout out to Solo D. Where you at, man? I don't see Solo. There's a lot of comments. Oh, I see Miami Sports Music. He should have went to Papa John's. Oh, man. Shout out to Miami Sports Music, man. Y'all got to get ready, man. We Miami Sports Music got a morning show coming from 8:30 to 9:30 at Miami Sports Music. So y'all got to make sure that y'all check that out. Hopefully I ain't letting the cat out the bag and let y'all know too soon. Because I don't know if it's been officially released to everybody. But yes, man, the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, y'all got to go to the website, check it out. Go over there as soon as you can. So subscribe to it, even the YouTube channel, because a morning podcast will be coming from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Get your fix, ladies and gentlemen. And that's weekdays, Monday through Friday, from my understanding at this point. So make sure you go check it out, because I know y'all Dolphin heads just like me, and you love content. And this is where you can find it. You can find all of it, all right? Y'all already know that. I rep it every video, but I just found out the morning show was coming, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. All right. Um, Yo, TD, when are you gonna post on the Dow Family Channel? That's a good question. Soon. I'll just put it like that. I don't know if my wife is good with me saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. My wife is in school, okay, and there's some things that she had to make sure that she focused on, and she's almost done pretty soon. She's been doing a heck of a job, so she's fighting get through all of that. And right now, we felt that it was best to make sure we prioritize our focuses. So that's where that is right now. All right. But all sports is about to kick off on a regular basis. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The real deal in my life, and I'm gonna be transparent and open it up to y'all, is these babies. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The 3-year-old and the 4-year-old. The 4-year-old is gonna actually start public school this year, and we're gonna actually let them attend school. But we kept them home for a whole year and a half due to COVID and a little bit before COVID. We kept them home. Kept them safe. Didn't want to deal with that, and we're gonna put the 3-year-old in daycare. So once that happens, man, I'm gonna be full throttle. But right now, we also have to invest in their development and their education. So I got to be the teacher that I once was, but now just for babies. All right. So teaching it during the day, trying to work on things with their development, make sure that they don't fall behind. Because what a lot of people aren't talking about, if you kept your kids home, there's a lot of kids that's going to go into school. They're going to be behind, and these teachers are going to try to diagnose with ADHD and emotional disorders and all of that stuff. And don't let them do that to your kids, because the school gets extra money and checks just to do that. Don't let them do that to y'all babies. Don't let them do it. So work as much as you can with them now. And even if they go to school and they're having some problems starting out, listen, don't let these people do that to you. I'll just put it like that. I ain't gonna get too deep into it. TD, you got the vaccine? The what? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. And I'm gonna leave it at that. They going to play in the NFL one day. You better know it. Oh man. Um, TD, would you say now 2021 head coach Brian Flores is officially on the clock? What say you? No, not at all. I don't believe in coaches being on a clock until they are put on the clock. See, you're put on the clock when you've shown that you have major deficiencies and we're questioning your ability to be our friend, our coach for the future. See, you could be with a franchise for 20 years and never be put on the clock. You think Belichick was ever on the clock? The clock doesn't start when they feel like they've given you everything to win. It's when you constantly don't win and it's starting to be lack of reasons where you're getting everything you need, where you're finally on the clock. Now, how bad you lose determines how short of a clock it is. But no, Flores ain't on a clock, and he won't be on a clock unless he warrants being on a clock. So for the record, ladies and gentlemen, for coaches, clocks don't tick until a general manager feels like they've given you what's necessary and you haven't shown anything to be able to make something out of it. You're not on the clock. Never. What record puts Flores' job at risk? None. It depends on how that record is achieved. Let me give you an example. What if the defense still balls out? Everybody get better, but we go 7-9 because our quarterback still struggles. That ain't necessarily on Flores. At the end of the day, we just might have the wrong guy in the position. Ain't no clock. You know when a clock start? You got all this talent and you go 2-15 and your quarterback still it plays average and everybody's okay, but you can't find a way to win games. You on the clock whenever you got a game in control and you keep on losing it at the end because of your decisions. You on the clock because you haven't proven to be able to develop a single player on your roster. You on the clock because you're running every bit of talent we have off because you can't get along with nobody. You're on the clock because you just suck. This whole notion, up, you're on the clock now. Now I agree with the premise. It's time to put up a shut up. It's time to put up a shut up. Because here's another thing about on the clock. If Flores is on the clock, who put him on it? Chris Grier. Chris Grier's job is to put Flores on the clock. But how easy is it to put somebody on the clock when you both make the decisions cumulatively? You're both making the decisions together. You're working as one. So ain't gonna be no clock unless Stephen Ross wanted to be one. Let's get that straight. Flores is not the type of guy that you got to worry about the word clock in a long time, if you ever do. It ain't gonna happen. What has Brian Flores done up to this point to even sniff out that word? If anything, has he not built credibility? Credit? And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, he signed a 5-year deal fully guaranteed. If you want him out of here, then he getting his money anyway. No love lost. Flores is straight. He ain't going nowhere. Grier is straight. He ain't going nowhere. Stephen Ross knows it. He loves what they're doing. He loves what they're building. And let me tell you what Stephen Ross is looking for. Y'all done made the Dolphins relevant in the national media. Y'all done brought the recognition to this organization, this franchise, greater than it's been in 20 years. They already winning. They already winning. Somebody said Flores is not the issue, TD. Derek, ain't no question. Nobody's, we all know that. We all know that. I don't know if did I say Flores was the issue, y'all? I hope not. I'm misspeaking if I said that. I don't think I did. We got a great coach and we got a great general manager, and they get along and they work together well. They have the same vision. They're in tune. They run the same game plans, and I love it. You're a tour hater. Okay, Frank. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, homie. TD, why the Dolphins have 2 OCs? Because they felt like both guys deserve getting promoted, and they both bring 2 different elements of positivity to what we're trying to accomplish. And how they're going to work out the dynamics, that's yet to be seen. But I'm pretty confident that they're going to have a plan and they're going to execute it well, and they're going to make the most of the opportunities and the decisions that are being made. You got one guy who is really good in the run game and one guy who's good in the pass coordination. I think it's going to work wonders for us. And we got to sit back and see what it does. It's not really new, y'all. It's just that the way we've named the role is new. Usually there's one coordinator named, but this is how it goes in the NFL. There's usually like 2 guys that's calling the shots on offense, but they usually name one of them. But the Miami Dolphins said, hey, we're going to promote both and give both the title, but one of them will have specific roles over the other and vice versa. And it's what we did last year. It's just that we named one, but the other one had a similar role. It's just that in the event of COVID, they would be taken over. All right. Reason and TD, be at peace. Try getting along. Carlos, I don't know where you've been, but me and Reason, we don't have any issue. We're good as far as I know, you know. And if you say otherwise from the other side, I give him the benefit of the doubt to tell you we're good. We don't have any issue. We're not beefing or not getting along per se. And if anything negative on the other side is said about me, I still give them the benefit of the doubt. We're good. So we don't need to start spreading that or making a narrative as if we're not. We are good. As far as I know. All right. People are sleeping on Gaskins. He comes from the 7th round to become the starter after we bring in approval veterans. He says he's been counted out his whole life. Nothing new. I ain't counting him out. I'm not counting him out. I know what he brought to the table last year, and he got hurt. He was actually very productive for us last year. It's that simple. All right. He said something about you starting his show. Who reason? It's okay, man. I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt, even if he says something about me starting his show. We're good. Okay. Even if it was negative, positive, we're good. Regardless, it doesn't matter. We're good. All right. Why haven't you dropped the link yet? Miami Sports Music wants to come on. He says several times that are you waiting for? I didn't know that. I didn't know Miami Sports Music was trying to get in. And you're right. I'm looking at my personal text messages, and you are correct. Let me hit him back. Thanks for letting me know, though, because I didn't see any messages saying he wanted in. So I'll hit him up and see if he's still available, because I definitely hate to miss that opportunity. I definitely want him to come on and chat with us a little bit before I get out of here. So I hit him up, just so you know. And if you're talking to him or you know him, then let him know, hey, TD just responded. All right. Malik Hooker of the Boar, Holland plays strong safety, by the way. Hey, if you with it, I'm with it. That's simple, all right? Let me see. Oh, man, I had a donation, but I'm trying to bring it back. I didn't see it. TD, just run your great show. Who cares what he talking about? Listen, again, we're good. I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm not getting all into that, because that's how things start. Y'all never have to run back and tell me what anybody says. I'm good with everybody. I love everybody regardless. All right. Good job, TD. You're welcome, TD. There we go. The Dolphins have the most potent offense in Tua, Gesicki, Waddle, Fuller, Parker, Gaskins, if all stay healthy and gain chemistry. P.S. F the Bills, sweep them. I'm with it, man. I'm so with it. Let's do it, man. Miami Sports Music. I'm about to drop the link for you. Again, if you see the link, I'm dropping it for Miami Sports Music right now. So y'all make sure y'all don't follow the link. If you do, I just got to kick you out of backstage, because I'm not going to be on that long. I'm just letting them come on because that's the team. And I want to have a quick conversation with them about the Dolphins, and then we're going to get out of here. So just FYI, all right? The O-line worries me. It worries us all. But we got to get it done. We got to get it done, all right? What are these green things next to people? Aiden, it's the channel membership. You have an opportunity to join the channel membership if you want to, join. It's not a forced thing. It's your choice. You click on join, and if you want to pick one of the plans, it's up to you. If not, just continue to enjoy it as normal. It's nothing different, all right? Just FYI, all right? But shout out to Mr. Steven himself, Miami Sports Music. What it do, homie? Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear
What
me.
up, man? How y'all doing? What's going on?
I'm good. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it might be a delay,
Can you hear
because
me?
it might be a major delay,
There's a
because
little bit.
when I speak, you're talking a little bit far afterwards.
All right. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you just
All right.
fine,
Hold
but I
on.
think
I'm gonna come back out and come back in.
okay, cool. Shout out to Aiden, who just became a member, man. Welcome to the channel, homie. Ashton with the donation said, TD, do you think Jalen Phillips can win Defensive Rookie of the Year with 12 and a half sacks? I think he will win Defensive Player of the Year if he gets 12 and a half sacks. And if we get 12 and a half sacks from Jalen Phillips, Super Bowl. I'm telling you, man. You know what? Thanks, Donald. Donald is right. Let me say this. Because as much as I do say things like, the things that we'll be worried about, You're right. See, you got me thinking about what about all the things that if they happen, oh my gosh, we're gonna be balling out. What if Jalen Phillips is getting off his rookie year? Oh man, well, honestly, I'm gonna be going in on a lot of y'all who are talking negative. Well, we get Jalen Phillips, man. We're supposed to get Najee Harris. I can't wait because I already know what that's gonna turn out to be. I already know y'all gonna be so happy that we got the next Jason Taylor. Hopefully. Y'all gonna be so happy, and I'm gonna be here the whole time to remind you how you ragged on them because you didn't get Najee. Because you didn't get Najee Harris. Oh, I can't wait. Same thing y'all did with Dwayne Haskins and was mad that we got Christian Wilkins. Man, why we get Christian Wilkins? Dwayne Haskins was right on the board. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up, man. You can't make it up, y'all. The same people cried that we didn't get Dwayne Haskins and that we got a Christian Wilkins. Man, Christian Wilkins, who is this guy? Don't worry. I'm going to be right here to remind y'all. Can you hear me, Steven?
What up, man?
What's up,
I'm
man?
having audio trouble. I don't know why I'm having audio trouble, but I am.
Yeah, we might have a big delay. I don't know if you hear me.
Say what? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
All right. Hold on. I can't hear you that fine.
Oh, wow. You got a headset? That might make it better.
All right, give me 1 second.
You good, man.
Oh,
hold on.
All these
What's
technical difficulties. I'll be back.
Now you good, bro. Aiden said, we all know Super Bowl, baby. Jerome Baker, Defensive Player of the Year. Hey, Aiden's gonna ride that shit with Baker all the way down, man. That's crazy, man. True, TD. Facts. Ogba, Phillips, Van Ginkel, Bajal, up. Listen, I can't wait because, man, it's like we can sit here and talk about it all day about what we hope and we can't wait for this and that to happen. Man, y'all know, man, let's just be 100. We just want it to happen, y'all. We just want it to happen. We want to be on the winner side. We want to be on the winner side. That's it. We want to be on the winner side, y'all. We want to actually go to the playoffs and be able to talk our talk and maybe beat one of our biggest rivals in the playoffs. That's it, man. That's it. That's all we want. And we don't care how that comes. TD, do the Miami Dolphins sign Le'Veon or Adrian Peterson, or do we stay with our current running back room? It depends, man. Flores and them, I already told y'all we were going to bring in 2 more running backs. One of them they already did, okay? I expect us to bring 1 more running back in the camp. Y'all remember, we load up on every position when it's camp time, and they take a look at as much as they can. That's how it works, man. Shout out to the Triple S podcast for joining the membership, man. Shout out to you, homie. Appreciate you, as always. TD, what do you think about Jared Dokes? Again, he's going to carve his spot. Like, think about it. If Gaskins and those guys can do what they did, what excuse does he have? You tell me. If Gaskins and all of those guys can carve out the role that they've carved out, what excuse does he have? Where's my stuff at? There it is. He has 0 excuses. He has an opportunity to make this roster. We talk about all these undrafted players making it. He does too. You can hear me, Steven?
I'm good now. I'm perfect.
Oh, good.
I was doing some recording earlier for the new show, and so that's what happened.
Oh, awesome, man. Talk to me, man. What's your thoughts? I know you've been listening according to everybody.
Dude, first of all, you run the most kick-ass show on YouTube, and I'm not kissing your ass, dude. I really mean that, bro. Like you have me rolling in the comments. Have me rolling. Look, man, so what topic are we on? I feel like we've been through a million things so far listening to you.
Honestly, we were kind of winding down. We done hit a lot of things. I'm saving some stuff for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, man. So I'm kind of I was going to do one right before.
Oh, for you.
Yeah. So I'm saving some stuff, and then that way I can let people know where I'll be, so they'll know where we are too.
Definitely, man. It'll be good times tomorrow. This morning show I've been doing, man, I've been getting a lot of feedback from there every time I talk about the Dolphins or Aaron Rodgers, because everybody wants to talk about Aaron Rodgers. It's been crazy.
So what's your take on that?
I mean, look, I think at the end of the day, I mean, you hit the nail on the head a couple of nights ago. He's an MVP. You have to take the phone call, right? But the reality is,
take or make.
Look, you get my words twisted around. My
guy. We got to hear it. We want to know.
Look, I mean, here's a reality. What is Green Bay going to do, right? Green Bay's playing a game of chicken right now with him. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. And we've been through this song and dance before with Brett Favre. We know how this story ends. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the question is, are you going to get 4 first-round draft picks for him? Because that's what he's going to go for. And the other reality to this is Miami really is the only team that's qualified without having to bring a third team in, although they would, because they want Jordan Love. So, I think at the end of the day, if Green Bay is serious about trading him, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Grier has already actually made the phone call and they've actually had talks about it. But
I wouldn't be surprised about a reach out, but here's the deal. I don't know where all these articles are coming from, bro. Mm-hmm. But they're like, oh, Miami has all this capital to get them. They got 2 first rounders next year. They got 2 first rounders the year after that. When did we get 2 first rounders next year?
No, we had one. We traded it away.
Yeah, but people are writing articles today as if we got 4 first rounders in the next 2 years. And I'm like, where is this coming from?
Well, I mean, look, we're going to talk about it a little bit tomorrow night, but I mean, do they trade X-Man? Because you could get a first round pick for him. Mm-hmm. I'm asking. You don't want to answer the question. The question on the table, TD, is do you trade X-Man?
That's not my issue. My issue is this. If you can bring Aaron Rodgers and bring this team back intact the way it is, man, give them every draft pick they want.
Seriously? Mortgage the future for it?
When I say every draft pick, of course, that's the 3 first rounders in the next 2 years, and maybe and then give them next year, give them a 4th, 5th, and a 6th, because we got 2 of those for all 3 rounds. Okay, but my thing is, I want to keep this defensive nucleus together with X, Byron, and all of them if we can. With the Aaron Rodgers, lights out, bro. We're Super Bowl bound. That's lights out. But the gaining through subtraction will make us better without X adding Aaron Rodgers. But is it still enough to get us all the glory? So that's where I'm at with that. I want to keep this nucleus together if we can. But as far as the capital, if we do a 3-way trade, say Pittsburgh or a team like that, we can flip Tua for a first. And that'll be a team like Pittsburgh or something. They still got to bring in their future.
It's funny when they drafted Mason Rudolph a couple of years ago, I thought that, he was the guy there, right? And let's look at 2 teams, right? Let's look at Pittsburgh and let's look at Green Bay. Green Bay has consistently for the last 20 years made sure that they were set at quarterback, even when they had Hall of Famers, right? Rodgers and Favre. Pittsburgh has had Roethlisberger for the last 15 years, and they have yet to bring in the guy that's going to replace him. And so they correct me if I'm wrong, Roethlisberger has 1 or 2 Super Bowls.
You get me lying, I believe 2, but
Rodgers has 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1.
So which team is doing it the right way? Is Pittsburgh doing it the right way? Is Green Bay doing it the right way? You can make cases for both. But
neither, because just because you got a Super Bowl, you got that in a 20-year span.
Exactly.
And that's still beautiful. We take that for sure.
All day.
But doing it right, okay, it's one thing to say you did it right, but are you doing it right? Which means you're trying to build a dynasty. Neither team has been perennial Super Bowl or championship round teams. Green Bay went on a hiatus from that record for a good 10 years and then got back just now. Pittsburgh, same thing. They've been on long hiatuses and are just getting back. And if you notice, they get back on the end of the big contract for the quarterback when the market finally catches up. But notice when they re-sign it again, they get back behind.
Look, I mean, you got everybody, this morning when I was talking about Rodgers, somebody brought up, well, they didn't even get to the Super Bowl last year. I'm like, hold up. That's not Rodgers' fault. That's not Rodgers' fault. That's coaching. That's the coaching decision, right?
Or what they built around them, the team overall. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to bring Rodgers in just to be the Green Bay of last year. I mean, that'll be beautiful to, bring energy to the franchise. But we need, if you bring in an Aaron Rodgers or any top quarterback that's available out there, we have to have a Tampa Bay Buccaneers year.
So let me ask you a question, TD. Everybody says automatically that if Aaron Rodgers comes to the Dolphins, that we're automatically Super Bowl contenders.
No question.
And you and I are of sound mind that we think that Tua can be can have an amazing year this year with the talent that's around him, right?
He could.
So that's the difference between Rodgers and Tua is the word could. Now, my personal belief is that Tua is going to break some necks and go crazy and have an amazing sophomore year because the man's finally going to have a preseason. He's finally going to have a full training camp. He's got two offensive coordinators who, by the way, have a history of working with him and made a playbook specifically designed for him. And they drafted Waddle.
What did you believe? What did you believe last year?
I believe last year the offensive
before he played it down. What did you believe he would do last year?
All right, so this is real. I knew the moment Fitzpatrick was the starter that there was two different playbooks because Fitzpatrick and Tua were not the same quarterback. But I knew that from the get-go.
Before Fitz was named the starter, before you knew who the starter was, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa. What did you think he would be last year?
I thought he could be rookie of the year.
So you have the same thought last year that you have now.
Yes, I do. Actually, with more conviction, though, this year. I'm just saying, Mike.
Okay, but I'm just saying, listen, at the end of the day, you hit it right on the head at the first. The could is the word that's different. And for fans, it's just hope. We're all living off of hope and belief because we just know. I mean, he showed us in college. We just know. We hope that this happens. Aaron Rodgers ain't no hope, man. You eliminate hope and you start getting into guarantees.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. That's what matters in this league. If you guess wrong and you had an opportunity to potentially bring your team a bowl.
A ring.
Come on, man.
Look, I said earlier in the group chat I said Dolphins fan base has been alienated for so long, right? They've been alienated. They're impatient. I mean, hell, I'll be honest with you. I'm young enough. I don't remember. I know when the Dolphins won, I was alive. I was a fan, but I don't remember the feeling of them winning a playoff game at all. So our whole fan base is impatient and they're tired of the BS. So I personally feel with that alone, that's why people are like, well, you got to go with Rodgers. That's why. And it's funny because there are some fans that are so upset that we're talking about Rodgers. But the reality is we played this song and dance before with a guy by the name of Tannehill. We played this song and dance before with the guy by the name of, anybody we've drafted over the last 15, 17 years. John Beck, right? My man from West Virginia, Pat White. Like we all thought, okay, these guys have an opportunity to come in here with a design playbook for them and make something. But the reality is we've never had an opportunity to get a NFL MVP. And if he's there for the taking, you gotta take it. You have to.
I agree. Now I gotta address something because you said it too, but I gotta wipe it out of the water, Steven. All right, and we can debate it. You see this comment on the screen?
I agree. They had two different playbooks. Yeah, all day, all day. How do you not believe that, CD?
Let me explain. I'll explain it. I'll break it down. See, I don't want to dig yourself in the quarter too deep because I'm about to bring the facts. I'm about to bring the facts, bro.
Just you. But tell this man he don't know. Tell this man he don't know. I know Chef in there.
They didn't have two different playbooks. They had the same playbook, but they only called the plays that Tua could handle. And that's what people won't actually recognize. And let me tell you why. Because they called a lot of the same plays that Fitz were gracious with. Tua couldn't handle them. He would see all those deep balls and making and moving down the field. He was overthrowing, underthrowing, making mistakes, and they proved it in practice. Flores and those guys and all the beat writers, they said it. Flores said all the quarterbacks got things they can do to improve, and all of them do things well. But what we're not going to do is become a check down team. Chan Gailey said in an interview in the middle of the season, am I giving Fitz more than I'm giving Tua? Of course I am. Because until Tua can handle the things that I give him, I can't load him because I've already tried it. And if it's not going well, I have to give him what best fits him. They tried to give him the Fitz playbook and it didn't go well. So when they say stop with the whole opening the playbook, give him a set of plays that he can execute well and keep it in that realm, that's what they did. Why you think he has 70% completions in most of them games? Because they went with what he can handle. And every time they opened it up, we became a team that punted the ball every single series.
All right.
Every one.
TD, let's break this down in its simplest form. Okay. Mm-hmm. TD and Fitz. Actually, forget Fitz for a minute. Let's talk about Tua. I said TD and Fitz. Let's talk about Tua. All right. Let's talk about Tua. We all know, and we both agree, that his version of being wide open was not what an NFL quarterback should consider. That's gonna change this year. Would you not agree with that?
I agree.
Okay. So with that being said, we're still on the same page that there were certain play calls that Gailey could not play because Tua was incapable of feeling confident to make those plays. Correct?
But do you see? But I guess here's the point. When we say they had two different playbooks, I agree to the extent of recognizing it the way that you just presented it. But you know what people hear when that narrative goes around? But they had two different playbooks. They hear
they were two different quarterbacks.
I agree. Different quarterbacks. But what they're hearing is Gailey didn't give him the proper playbook. That's what they're hearing. That's what they're going off of. That's what they get out of that. But that's not true. That's what they're led to believe when we say that. But what you're really saying is they were two different quarterbacks. They handle two different things differently and have their own strengths, and they got what worked for them. But people like, oh, they need to open it up. They open it up for Fitz. If they continue to give them what Fitz got, oh, we'd be in trouble. We would really be mad at Tua right now.
All right, let me ask you something. You watch college football?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to last year before the draft. Herbert. Okay. What was the knock on him? The knock on Herbert was that man could not throw accurate passes, and he threw a lot of interceptions. And he had trouble throwing the deep ball accurately. Okay. That man changed, that narrative went out the window the third game he started playing. Hell, the first game, right? So Herbert was able to change that because, in my opinion, they made him feel comfortable. Now, there's also some Tua's coming off an injury that ends people's careers. You have to put that. You shake your head, but you have to. That's a real thing, dude.
We can use that for the rest of his career then. At what point are we? Oh, no. Tell me the day that we need to stop you. Tell me the day we're allowed to use that. Say 3 years from now, you're allowed to use it. Just give me the day that's no longer a concern. or a factor in his game? Or is that something that could affect him for the rest of his career? Or tell me a time frame.
I don't know if it'll affect him the rest of his career. I mean, look, the clear picture that comes into my mind is when Aaron Donald sacked him that first start, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got up and the very first play, and he got up and he's like, all right. But I still think there's that slight hesitation. And there was all the way up until probably the Arizona game. Because the Arizona game, he balled out. And the Arizona game, I truly think we saw what he could do. And I'll even give you one better. I think Tua's best game of the year last year was a game that we lost, and that was Kansas City.
Oh,
I think the second half of that game was amazing by Tua. And if he had played like that the whole game, we would have won. We would have won.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why everybody keeps saying the Chiefs game. The best game this man had was versus the Patriots when we were down, and he actually
a horrible
struggled.
Patriots team.
He actually struggled. That it doesn't matter. It's NFL competition. That was a game where I actually saw him figure it out based off of what they were trying to do to him. See, the only reason Kansas City was ever close was only because of our defense. Now, Tua's what he did late in that game wouldn't have even mattered if we would have been one turnover short. Don't forget, in that game, we had 4 turnovers on the Chiefs. That wasn't his best. No. Everybody just said that because he made some
my view of it, and I know I'm getting killed in the comment box. That's fine.
They went in to prevent defense the whole fourth quarter. Like just keep working your way down.
Who was the best? Did you think before last year, before the playoffs, did you think Buffalo was the better team? Did you think Kansas City was the better team?
When?
Before last year, before the playoffs started.
At that very time, week 16, the last game?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I actually feel like Buffalo was better.
Okay. But it's still debatable, right? Like it's still
they were playing better football. I mean, obviously Kansas City was better, but they were playing better football at the time, in my opinion.
Okay. What I'm getting at though is that a man who had no training camp, no preseason games.
Like Herbert.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. I'll give you that. No training camp, no preseason, coming off an injury that ends people's careers.
I think 100% healed from.
I think he showed a lot of poise in that Kansas City game, and I promise you, let those tables be reversed this year. He's going to come out better. This man, here's the other thing too. You've seen his social media. This man is putting in work. He is putting in work.
Whose social media ain't showing work?
This man putting in work. He's putting in work.
Name a Dolphin player right now whose social media ain't showing they putting in work.
I'm just saying. Name
a player in the NFL whose social media ain't showing they putting in work.
All right, better yet, let me do this.
Hold on. Let me help you out. I'm gonna give you a few. Tell me if these sound familiar.
Don't worry.
In the lab, they doubted me. Time to make them pay. They don't know what they got. I mean, that's all you get in the off season. Are you gonna take
it away? Are you gonna take away that doesn't make a difference?
Man, that don't make a difference. What make a difference?
Disagree.
Is when you come out on this field. You know what? Then Cam Newton looked as rip as all could be last summer. Like, whoa, he putting in work. Where'd that get him?
I'm telling you right now, the timing this year is going to be better for Tua with these wide receivers. Gesicki, Will Fuller, hopefully Albert will. Real quick, who's the odd man out at the wide receiving core? Who's the odd man out?
I'm starting to feel like none of them.
All right, let's go. Parker, Waddle, Fuller, 1, 2, 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, let's say Albert Wilson, if he's healthy.
Well, you might even go Preston.
Or Preston Williams.
Albert Wilson, 5.
Okay. 6. You still have Allen Hurns.
Yeah, and Hearns is probably gonna be on the roster unless he just like whatever eat that.
I mean,
cow.
his contract is like nothing, so I think that's why he'll be on.
Yeah. Well, they have. I mean, it's all guaranteed. But
Jakeem's
I mean,
gone.
Grant is the is the
Jakeem's
most
gone.
likely to be gone.
He's already gone, isn't he?
No, not Grant. Bobby McCain's out.
Bobby McCain. Oh, well, I think Grant's on his way out the door.
And I don't
too.
think they released Bobby yet. I think they're gonna.
And you still have Lynn Bowden. I forgot about that. Devano,
Yeah.
Lynn Bowden, and Malcolm Perry.
Yeah, Kirk Merritt, Cole, all of them. Cole. It's a lot of guys.
Is it a fair statement to say that Miami has one of the best wide receiving core in the league right now, today?
That's tough, man. And here's why. We're giving Will Fuller credit already. He's getting the most credit. Then you're talking about Waddle, who automatically comes in with cachet, but he's a rookie. I mean,
and he's coming off injuries too, right? Like he's coming off.
But I ain't worried. Listen, he's fine. He played in the national championship game, though limited. Still, he's gonna be fine. Parker, what version do you get? You know. So, but I would say on paper, we have the potential to be the best wide receiving core in the league.
All right. We're all happy with Tua. You and I are both happy with Tua, despite whatever. You're happy with Tua, right?
What does that mean?
Tua can win us some games and take us to a Super Bowl. Are you confident about that?
I don't know. I'm hopeful.
Okay, hopeful. That's fine. All right. Now offense. Let's go to offensive line.
Uh-huh.
Center's the big position for me. I'm not sold on Sakura at all.
Sure.
Yeah,
but it's still an upgrade.
I live up here in Baltimore, dude. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Look at what we came from. It's an upgrade, regardless. It's an upgrade, bro. Look at what we just had. It's an upgrade. It doesn't have to be all perfect, but it's an upgrade.
Does Eichenberg start week 1?
Yeah, he's starting. He definitely.
Hell yeah, I agree. And then you got Gesicki, who could be top 4 tight end in the league.
Wide receiver.
Okay, what about this kid from Boston College?
He's legit. He does it all. That's going to be an X factor this year. Mark my words. He is going to be an X factor.
And what about this undrafted guy we got, the basketball player from North Carolina Central?
It depends on what kind of athlete he is and what they make him out to be. Here's the deal. If they can turn him into something in camp and they really, truly believe in it, Gesicki's getting traded.
This year? Yeah.
If they can turn this basketball player into something, Gesicki's getting traded. But remember, that's a strong if. That's a strong if. They brought Long in for a reason. And if they turn this basketball player, if this basketball player shows them Preston Williams promise,
Ronnie says Hunter's going to beat Gesicki out. No, too early to tell for that, right?
Of course, it's too early, but again,
and he wasn't even he wasn't even the top-rated tight end in the draft.
It had more catches than him and Pitts.
Besides Pitts.
No, had more catches than all of them. Number 1 in college football in completions. And then on top of it, the deal with this kid is he does it all. Runs routes well, blocks very well, and he also has the wingspan and talent. He's a traditional tight end. Gesicki isn't. Gesicki is like Waller and Kels. They're flex wide receivers.
So running back is the biggest question mark on offense.
It isn't if you adopt the concept of by committee, but if you don't, then yeah.
Is Le'Veon Bell in a Miami Dolphins uniform come week 1? Is Kareem Hunt gonna get traded?
I don't see it, but it's a possibility. You never know what they have up their sleeves. Listen, people can underrate what Grier did, but next year we have 2 4ths, 2 5ths, and 2 6ths.
You can turn that into something.
That ain't sitting there to draft no 2/4, 2/5, and 2/6. We not drafting 10 players next year, bro, on a team that's already built. You're not replacing 10 positions next year or trying to. That's capital for further moves.
I'm about to make everybody mad in here. Let's play worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, Tua shits the bed. Right? Lays down an egg.
I don't like this already because
okay. Let's say, but I want everybody to know I am a Tua supporter. But we're talking hypotheticals here.
You're a hater for saying that.
Oh, that's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. But let's say hypothetically, Tua lays an egg. Mm-hmm. And what do the Dolphins do at that point?
Don't ask me. You gotta ask them. You gotta ask them because boy, if that happened, I'm on a whole nother level. I am on a whole nother
It'll be if nothing else, it'll be entertaining on TDPHINSTALK and Miami Sports Music. It'll be entertaining as hell.
I am dreaming for people to come back and say, told you, TD, because that's what I need in my life. I need them to come, oh, see, you don't know football. Told you he was going to ball. That's what I need in my life. But if my worst fears are confirmed, I ain't going to be nothing nice on here. I ain't going to be nothing nice, bro. I just crossed 16,000 subs. They might well take me down to 3. They might as well take me down to 3. I'm going to tell you now, and I ain't holding back. Because I ain't got time for us to be starting this process over again.
Frank, who's been getting on your crap the whole night, said to a hater, TD.
Hey, he can call it what he wants. Until this boy, hey, Frank, you better be the first one over here talking about, I told you, TD, because I need you to tell me that. I need you 6 months from now to be like, I told you, TD, you don't know what you talk about. I need that in my life. I need y'all to prove me wrong and tell me because that means we are in a good place. But if I'm right, Frank, you better not show up over here. You better not show your face. You better not show your face. I'm telling you, no, I'm serious, man. Because I'm telling you, man, I'm to everything coming off these walls.
All right, Chili Ellis brought up a name that we have not talked about at all. Jacoby Brissett. If again, worst case scenario, Tua gets hurt. Can we win with Brissett? Can we win with him?
Yeah, you can win with Brissett because he has those intangibles to play football.
Why hasn't he been successful already then?
That's like saying, why hasn't Ryan Fitzpatrick been successful? It don't mean he can't win games. I mean, some guys are made to be franchise quarterbacks. Some guys are made to come in and give you a spark and be that temporary guy. Nobody's sitting here saying Jacoby is our future. But I like the move by just in case things do go south, you do have a guy that you can, lean on. But I bet not see him once this year unless it's an injury. I better not see I bet not see him on the sideline warming up. Let me tell you something. If we ever punt the ball and I see Jacoby over there doing like before, man, I'm telling you now. Oh,
hey, if that happens, I'm straight up getting on with you to be like,
man, boy, no, you ain't gonna want no part of this. You gonna
Jason said, I give Tua 5 weeks. They showed last year they will bail if need be. That's no. They are in it to win it, Jason. There's no turning back with Tua. You got to realize the reason that they didn't go out and get a high name offensive coordinator is because the 2 guys that we got have a history with Tua and work well with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Miami, Grier, Flo, they're married to him. And as long as he's healthy, they're going to play him the entire year. They're going to give him a shot.
And I gotta be fair to Tua though. Some people in the comment section right now, they're right. He was never supposed to really play last year. And it's very beneficial, the experience he got last year, to be quite honest with you. it would have been nice to have gotten some affirmation in that experience, but we didn't. But it was still valuable. And that's why I'm more on the hopeful side this year, because he got it in him. It's just, man, like some people really do have me worried. I know people say that is an excuse, but I'm kind of concerned. I know that I say this a lot. He 100% healthy, but I just hope that the hip, he didn't heal, but as a result, he still was never the same as he was in college.
Was Steve Young the same after his injury? Didn't he have a hip injury? Who's the quarterback I'm thinking of that had a big hip injury?
I know who you're talking about, but I'm not sure. I forgot his name already. They'll tell you in the comment section real soon. They're real good. They more football scholars than I could ever be. Comment section is undefeated, by the way.
I know you were playing around, but I have why do you not allow that as an excuse? For an injury.
It's not that I don't allow it as an excuse. But my thing is, number one, you say he's 100% healthy at the time. Flores said I wouldn't have played him if he wasn't. So if he's 100% healthy, this is the tool that we have. And maybe he is who he is post-injury, and he may have those concerns forever. And I just hope that's not the case. I hope that there is another level and elevation to this game. And that's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, I don't hate on Tua. He just worries me. There's a lot of concerns. There were things that he did well, but there were also things that can concern you as naming someone your franchise quarterback. And until he dispels those things, I'm not the type of person. I could separate. I could tell you I'm hopeful, but I could also tell you, these things concern me. And for that reason, I'm hopeful and not, dug in. I want to be dug in. I can't wait for the day that where I'm saying I'm a 2-and-ear. See, people are like, oh, no, don't get on the bandwagon now. You can't stop me. I'm going to be a 2-and-ear when he prove it. But listen, what people got to understand is you can't get mad at somebody for wanting proof first. And Dolphin fans want everybody to go in blind like the last 20 years. And where did they get us?
Nowhere.
Where did they get us?
Not the playoffs.
So when someone reserved, but they tell you, oh, you delusional about Tannehill, you need to move on. But when you start when you want to be delusional with Tua, you want me to be delusional with Tua.
I was a Tua supporter, and I was somebody who thought Tua could do it. I think Adam Gase messed that whole thing up.
Well,
but you look at what he's doing with Tennessee, it's plausible because of Derrick Henry. I get it, everybody, because of Derrick Henry. It is plausible that Tannehill could go to a Super Bowl. It's plausible.
Yeah, it is. But here's the deal, Steven. Let me go back to Tua real quick and give you the 1,000% truth of mine, okay? When I broke down this college film, there were major things that concerned me. See, everybody that's Tua fans, they said he had zero flaws coming out of college and he had the full deal. But when I watched this college film, let me tell you what concerned me. And I've been on record a million times saying it doesn't necessarily make all of these things his fault. Some of them is just a result of the situation. So I'm not getting on him all the way. Let me give you those things. Number one, how do I evaluate somebody who's throwing to people that has 8 feet separation on 90% of the plays? But
Fair.
Then when I watch him throwing to them, 50% of the time, they done burnt their man, but they got to slow down a little, catch, and then go. But the separation is so big, they still take off without getting touched. That's an underthrown ball to me. And in the NFL, that tight coverage, that's the incomplete because you didn't put it out there. But then people will be like, are you crazy? This man put it on the money. But then whenever I show the film and I get flagged and YouTube take the video down, every time I come on here and get flagged, I show the film. And you know what everybody starts saying about 20 minutes into the film? Well, nobody's perfect. That was in, every no quarterbacks, but that ain't the narrative y'all keep writing. Y'all keep saying he had no flaws in college. But when I show those flaws, even on college film, a receiver coming across the middle, the ball not put out in front of them. They're reaching back and catching it and keep going because they got 8-foot separation. The deep ball, he throws it deep. The person burning his man, but he got to slow down a little, catch it. And it was a touchdown. I give him that. But in the NFL, it scares me because coverage ain't going to be that easy. But then I also see plays where he puts it on the money. Beautiful. Coming across the middle, landing where it needs to be.
Not being in the pocket, running on the money.
Yes. So my thing is, I see the beauty all around, but if you really, there are times where it's inconsistencies, but people don't see that because the play still worked. Oh, you hating, it was a touchdown. What more do you want? In the NFL, that ain't a touchdown. And here's the thing that bothers me, Steven. All the things that I said he was a one-read quarterback. But I didn't mean that as Tua is just a one-read guy. What I was saying is he's a one-read quarterback coming out of college because it's all he had to be. His first read was open 90% of the time.
He was playing the SEC defense.
Yeah, but his first read was open.
No, I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing.
So what I said is when you got a guy whose first read is open 90% of the time, you mean to tell me you're only gauging how well he reads off of 10%? That means you really don't know. Because the other 10% where the first read isn't open, he also got 8 seconds to throw the ball. So he eventually finds someone. But in his biggest games in college, Steven, against the biggest competition, 2 teams that beat him said, we know how. They came out on national television in an interview. The secondary players, we already knew how to beat Tua. Just take away his first read and give him pressure. And another thing, don't follow his eyes to look a safety off. Stay right where you are. Because what he's trying to do is bring you off of that spot, but stay where you are. And they did it, and they beat him. And he had his worst games. So when that happened, look at the Denver game. What did they do? Took away the first read, put pressure on him. It's the same thing. So I was pissed at that game. When I came up with these conclusions, I said, maybe these aren't real conclusions, but it's what I've noticed, and that's what I'm going to be looking out for in the NFL. And so far in the NFL, I'm not wrong.
Why did he beat Jalen Hurts then? And Jalen Hurts is going to start for Philly.
Because they wanted to go with Jalen Hurts. They felt that he was the spark and the guy to do it. Jalen Hurts wasn't playing well, was he?
No, he was not.
So they went with the young guy that they knew nothing about.
But Jalen Hurts did go to Oklahoma and had a successful season at Oklahoma. Right.
But again, also the Alabama was trying to alter that offense as well. They changed the whole offense with Tua. With those weapons they had, they knew they had to have an air game, just airing it out, killing teams.
So if I'm hearing you correct.
Hold on, before you say that, that's why I was screaming at the TV every Sunday, put Tua in his strengths, spread it out, give him one running back on his hip so he can see everything in front of him, and you'll be more productive running out of the halfback draw, which Gaskins and Ahmed was. All of their runs out of the halfback draw was more productive, and Tua had a higher completion percentage spreading it out. I said you got to put him in what he's comfortable. You keep putting him under center and running his pistol. No, not in the NFL. Not in the NFL. I know that's what y'all loved in college, but not in the NFL. He's a guy what needs to see everything in front of him, spread it out, make it easier.
So if that's the case, I feel like Miami should be doing everything they can to get Kareem Hunt.
I mean, if they feel like
if it opens up the field for Tua.
Well, they believe that opening up the field is stretching it with the wide receivers right now. That's what they feel. Teams stayed in the box on us. And they feel like, believe it or not, they feel like the running backs that they have, and I don't totally disagree with them. The running backs they have are good enough, and you'll see that once we stretch the field.
I like Gaskins and I like Ahmad.
And you'll be surprised if he has some games where he rattled off 100 yards this year because we spread the defense with the receivers.
So let me reiterate, or let me clarify. He's a one-read quarterback because he never had to go to a second or third read.
He has to develop in that area. He's had to go to it, but he also had 8 seconds in the process of doing that. So you don't know what he's going to do in NFL processing time. 4.5 seconds is a lot of time in the NFL. That's a lot of time. Most quarterbacks are trying to get the ball out before 3 seconds on every play. 4.5 seconds is a lot of time in the NFL. In Alabama, he had 5, 6, 7 seconds on any given play. So if his first read did break down, he wasn't stressing about the second and third, and he had time to wait. But in the NFL speed, no, sir.
Did you think that he was prone to being sacked a lot? I did not, by the way.
Who's that?
Tua.
When? This year or
this past year?
Was he prone to being sacked a lot?
Yeah. I feel like he got rid of the ball when he needed to get rid of it for the most.
No, that was his strength. And anybody who's been on this channel and they want to be honest, they know that is the one area that I have definitely raved about with Tua. He impressed me with his pocket awareness, his ability to escape trouble. Well, I'm not going to say he knows when to get rid of it, but he showed a very good job in avoiding the pressure, stepping up in the pressure at the right time, getting around it, and also shrugging some of that stuff off. People got his hands on and was able to slide through and get out of it. That was the thing that impressed me, and that could take you a long way in this league, because being able to extend plays when the offensive line kind of breaks down makes all the difference in today's NFL. I rave about that. Nobody want to talk about that, but that is one of the biggest strengths that was promising to me. It was promising to me.
So when you look at a guy like Trevor Lawrence, or you look at a guy like who was
I don't know what to think about
Baker? I don't want to say Baker. Baker's not a good example.
Fields.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, when you look at their game film or you look at their college, I mean, you could say some very similar things for them. They were played on great teams. They didn't have to do checkdowns. They didn't
here's the difference, okay? I agree. Some of them had all the weapons to their disposal, right? So I don't look at those games anymore. You know what I look at? Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. Number 1 defense versus number 2 offense. I look at your biggest, most competitive games. I look at your best defensive game. The teams that got a great defense across from you. And remember when LSU and Alabama played?
I was literally about to go look at the LSU game right now to see Tua's stats.
But remember in that game, it was the 2 quarters. See, nobody wants to talk about the first 2 quarters of that game, how Tua stunk up the joint. And then he put up in all that work and almost brought him back, and we're supposed to be excited about it. I don't want a quarterback that got to bring us back all the time.
21 of 40, 418 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception.
And that tells you right there, 21 of 40. Because the 400 and something yards were all in the second half in trash time. And let me take that back. Please forgive me for that, y'all. It wasn't trash time because he was bringing them back. But his play early on is the reason they lost in the first place. I don't care about 2 quarters of excellence. In the NFL, we need at a minimum 3. But what did Trevor Lawrence do against that Alabama defense that was pretty legit?
The game that they won 29-0 the year before, too, and went 25 for 42, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Mm-hmm. Who won? Did you say?
Alabama.
It was Alabama. Then was that the one where Jalen Hurts got replaced? Which one are you talking about? I'm talking about the one.
I'm talking. You're talking 2019.
Excuse me. I don't know why we're mixing games. I'm talking about.
No. I originally was looking at the 2019 game, which is that game. Yes. But I'm looking at the 2018 game, and the 2018 game too was started. And the 2019 game.
Which one did he throw a pick and he fumbled?
I'm looking right now, dude.
I forgot which one. But to answer your question from before, though, Fields and Trevor Lawrence, what did they do in some of their biggest games? Did they look NFL ready? Did they look poised? Were they commanding the offense? Were they methodically moving the ball? Were they mistake free? Nobody can deny Trevor Lawrence earned his stature in the Clemson versus Alabama game when they won the national championship versus Tua.
It was
nobody can deny
LSU, the 46-41 game that LSU won, is the game that Tua fumbled. Yeah.
And through how many, what, 1 or 2 picks?
1 pick, 1 fumble.
And look at early in the game, all the mistakes that were made. I actually got banned on that video, Steven. I played the film on that video on this channel. I did the film breakdown, and I said, you know what? Y'all call me a hater. I'm going to let y'all decide. I went every single play, and we freeze framed it. I said, how many people he got open? Who's wide open, looking right at? Did he throw it to him? No. What did he do? He went to the read he had already predetermined.
Let me ask you something. I'm going to change the subject just a second. Jalen Waddle here had 3 receptions for 22 yards. Why did people have him so high on their draft? I like Waddle. Let's not get that twisted. I like the pick. But, like, I feel like Devontae Smith was better than Waddle 9 out of 10 times.
No, well, that 1 out of 10, it weighs more than that 9 out of 10, in my opinion. Waddle
okay,
is the better,
talk to me.
Waddle is the better receiver. Like, you just pulled up some stats in the game that they lost.
Yeah.
Do they have the stats on targets?
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me look.
I'm just curious. I don't know them, but I'm just curious. What did Smith put up in that game?
Devontae Smith had 7 receptions for 213 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jalen Waddle had 3 receptions for 22 yards.
How many targets? Do they show that at all?
They don't.
Because when you watch that film, you'll see who were they blanketing every time. Who was the first read in that game?
Devontae Smith.
No, sir.
No.
I want you to think about it. 7 catches for 200 and something yards. What he did is caught a whole bunch of bombs at the end of the game.
85-yard touchdown pass.
You see, he caught the bombs at the end when they were focusing on taking away Tua first read, which was Waddle. And Waddle was also a young guy at the time. But I want you to look at the targets in that game. And I'm just curious if they were more even when it came to targets.
I don't see targets up here as in.
You probably have to go to some type of like the advance or something like that, or go to Waddle himself.
Okay, let me go to Waddle.
I'm telling you, Waddle was the guy that they were taking away, double teaming and everything in that game. And guess who was still throwing to him?
Tua.
Still throwing.
All right, here we go. All right, Jalen Waddle, 2018. I still don't see targets, but I do think there's an option. 45 receptions for 848 yards and 7 touchdowns. 2019, 33 receptions for 560. And 2020, 28 receptions for 591.
So they don't have no targets on there, huh? I wonder if ESPN would have shown it.
I'm on ESPN's stats.
And which game was that again? It was Alabama versus what?
It was the 2019 Alabama LSU game.
Yeah, if I can, I'll try to find it. Not sure if I.
That's interesting, but I mean, look, the number one thing that people said is that Waddle was hurt, which is why Devontae Smith got the thumbs up, right? Like that's why he won the Heisman and stuff.
Going to be the primary.
But I look at the stats all those years. Devontae always had the better stats. Devontae looked like he always had the better stats.
See, and that's the thing. When you got 2 to 3 guys on the team that are so potent and deadly, you got to pick your poison. Think about it. Even from a size standpoint, who would you rather guard, Waddle or Smith? If both of them are dynamic, who do you feel is more of a danger?
What's up, Dudley?
You automatically think that you can body Smith a little better, but he burnt you. He burnt you every chance he got.
Well, here's what I'll say. Being in the SEC, you got one good corner. Odds are you don't have two. So somebody had to benefit from that. So if their best corner was on Waddle, Devontae Smith had a field day.
Pretty much, but and those came in chunks, man. Those came in chunks.
Oh, Iceberg said they had Jerry Jeudy too. Yeah, they did and CD Lamb. Right?
My bad. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull this up. Yeah, I mean, but they were loaded though. They again, every receiver they had on the field was just a guarantee, man. Let's see here. I'm full box score. I think I might find it though.
Dougley's up here.
What's up, Doug? I don't know if he's available right now.
Doug, if you're available, say you're available.
Doug be a busy man.
I know. He doesn't have time for us small people.
Yeah, they're not gonna give.
CD played for OU. My bad. You're right. Or okay.
Let's put it like this: Tua threw the ball 40 times, but we only got 21 receptions. So there's another 19 attempts that we don't know who he was throwing it to.
So by this logic, is Devontae Parker going to have a ridiculous year this year?
No. You know who has a ridiculous year this year?
Preston Williams.
No, Waddle.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's the one that comes out of the gate and rookie season has a potential to go over 1,000 yards. See, again, it's easier for Tua to see.
Doug says he can come on for a minute.
Awesome. I'm gonna drop the link, Doug. It's easier for Tua to see the guy coming across the middle versus throwing that one-on-one on the outside, because all you're going to get on the outside are the one-on-ones, pretty much jump balls. Those guys rarely, they're not getting separation. Parker ain't getting separation. I don't remember when I've ever seen Parker get separation. It's just 50-50 balls making a play, or it's NFL separation, half of a foot, and he teardrop right where it needs to be.
Parker's the closest. I'm not saying he is, but he's the closest damn thing we've had to a true number one wide receiver in years.
And that's a shame if that's the closest.
In years.
Close don't count. Close don't count. We need that perennial guy. Consistent.
And you think Waddle's that guy?
It's not see, that's the difference. We got so many guys that's going to spread around, but he's going to be the dangerous one. He's going to be the one in all kind of different positions. They're going to put him out wide.
Do you remember
a lot of crossing routes and a lot of go routes out of the slot?
Do you remember Chris Chambers and Aronde Gaston? I felt for like years that they were, I mean, that to me was a good 1-2 combination. Right? Since Brandon Marshall didn't do anything for us. I love Brandon, by the way. Love you, Brandon. But he didn't do anything for the Dolphins.
I still don't feel like it's a different feel. Like when you look at Julio, when you look at, those true number ones out here, it's a different feel, bro. They're out here catching balls like it's their job every Sunday night. Oh, yes, he got it. Think about these guys are literally big threats that are running free in the middle of the field, catching bombs, beating their guy by 8 yards. Parker don't even know what separation means. What's up, Doug?
What's up, boys?
It's about to go down.
I keep trying to tell Steven why Tua is the best, and he keep hating, man.
Yeah. I was about to say, Dougley believes that all of 2 seconds.
Hey, make them 2 seconds count, Doug.
What's up, my guy?
Not much. Just got done recording a video for tomorrow.
Wait, what's the video title so everybody can look out for it, man?
I'm talking about the strength of schedule and how it literally means nothing.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this one. This will be good.
So that's coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna edit it and then upload it.
How's the little guy?
Good. Sleeping.
Nice.
Both of them are sleeping right now. It's when I work. I got to be up at 5 with the baby, so I'm up late doing this.
I told you, bro.
Well, we got the all-star team up here, son.
Hey, man. Hey, but you know what I'm excited about with the schedule, Doug?
What's that?
Miami versus Tampa Bay Thursday night, week 1, season.
Is that confirmed? Do we know that that's in the bag?
Aaron Rodgers versus Brady, baby.
TD had to go there. TD had to go there.
I got into an argument with someone on Twitter about that. They really thought that is a possibility, and I don't understand when it will stop. Like Brian Flores,
Doug, what are the odds? What are the odds that happens? Slim to none or 0. None to none? Yeah, none to none.
Doug knows when it's gonna stop. When Tua proves he's a franchise quarterback, that's when it'll stop.
Yeah,
he's promising though. You know.
Just got to put it together. You got to trust himself. I feel like that's his biggest downfall is he doesn't trust himself yet. Once he starts trusting
we were
himself,
just talking about that. Yeah.
But yeah, he'll get there.
I mean, I still got big hopes for us next year. I really do feel like Jacoby Brissett is going to take us to the Super Bowl. I mean, everybody, we're in good hands. Y'all don't need to stress out out there.
Friday starts my my camp battle position breakdown, and I go through every position. And Friday, I'm starting with quarterbacks, and I know in the comment section I'm going to get Tua is the starter. Why are you doing position breakdown of quarterbacks? Tua is the starter. Some people you just can't help it.
Why? TD's trying to start something. That's why he's trying to get what's that guy's name who's been on your case the whole night? Frank.
Yeah, Frank's mad at me, man.
Frank's been on you the whole night, son. Frank wants that heat.
Frank reminds me how much of a hater I am. Oh, the trolling never stops, Doug. See, Doug knows he's not entertaining me. He just laughs. See, but there's some people that really get in their true feelings. You know, those feelings that were deep down inside. You know, from their, adolescent days.
From adolescent days.
I mean, we'll be good though, man. I think we're gonna have a successful season. You know.
But I think the real question how do we stack up against Buffalo? Like tick for tack, right?
If we can't get after Josh Allen, which I think that's the reason why Jalen Phillips was the 18th overall pick, because if we can't get after Josh Allen, it's just going to be another 28 points in 10-minute game.
That's what
you have Tua trying to make up something, throwing interceptions, then people are like, "C sucks."
You better know it.
That's what I'm talking about tomorrow on the morning show. So tomorrow on the morning show, that's what I'm talking about is I think we have the best edge rushers in the NFL or have the potential to be.
Yeah. And I haven't asked you about that, Doug. What were your thoughts on Jalen Phillips?
I love the pick. If not for the concussions, he would have been a top 10 pick. So the fact that the Dolphins got him at 18, if he could stay healthy, which he showed he could stay healthy last season. He played the whole season.
It'll be 2 years without anything.
We might have another Jason Taylor on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying that.
I've been saying from jump we need pass rush because watching Derek Carr run around like he had all the time in the world drives me nuts. You give your corners too much time, and then all of a sudden you can only cover a receiver for so long.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden we have to hear Byron Jones sucks. This guy sucks. That guy sucks.
If you look at Agba and Emmanuel Agba and Jalen Phillips coming after the quarterback with the secondary that we have, I mean, I'm telling you, at least 2 interceptions a game, every game for the opposing quarterbacks.
What made you bring up Agba in that example?
Because Emmanuel Agba is a beast and he needs to be re-signed tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I thought you see. I don't know why when you said Emmanuel Agba, I thought Noah Igbenogany in my head. Like seriously, I'm like, what the hell is Steve talking about?
Like, I mean, who was who was on the opposite side of Jason Taylor for all those years? Don't worry, I'll wait.
There was a few.
There was a few, but
yeah,
this has legit potential
We
to be
had
the best edge rushers in the NFL.
We had Adwale Agunlie, and then we sent him to the Bears, and he disappeared.
Prince Adwale Agunlie.
I loved him and Taylor that one year. It's one of my favorite defenses.
Yeah, I got the question of the day for you, Doug. Question of the day.
Oh boy.
And I'm doing a stream about it tomorrow. Is it true that Tua didn't trust his weapons?
Last year?
Yes, it's a setup, Doug. Don't fall for it.
Hey man, if you can't get
don't do it, Doug. Don't do it.
What weapons did he have to trust?
Is it true that Tua?
Oh, I'm waiting. That comment box about to blow up now.
No, I can't.
Is it true that he didn't trust his weapons?
And that's why he wasn't effective, because he didn't trust his weapons. See, I don't want to leave out the second part. I don't want to leave the segment, and that's why he wasn't effective and he held the ball too long.
Well, the funny thing is, the guys he ended up playing with, because Grant got injured, Parker got injured, Preston Williams got injured, were the guys he played with in camp.
He had better production with them too.
There was no camp.
They were the guys he practiced with in camp. He had that camaraderie with them. So he trusted his guys. The offensive line, on the other hand, you go back and watch some of that film.
Here's some. I've never seen 3 rookies like do as good as they did. I'm not saying that they were great, but I mean, for 3 rookies to do the job that they did last year, that's insane.
But
you know, I get a lot of crap. I get a lot of crap for not trusting Matt Skura. People keep saying that to me. What do you mean? What do you mean we need a center? We have Matt Skura. I'm like,
no. See, they're ingenuine about that. You have Doug, but here's the difference. You're talking about long term, bringing in your future center. We do need a center, but in the immediate right now, he is an upgrade.
I was saying this.
So you think Matt Skura is going to go backwards on every snap like last year?
Do you think Ted Karras went backwards on every snap last year?
For a large part of them, couldn't help them guards read a stunt.
I personally would rather have Karras.
I think Ted Karras is better than Matt Skura.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Is he going to have?
There's a reason he went back to New England.
I was just going to say, is he going to have his opportunity?
No, because he got screwed over again. He signed with New England thinking he was getting his starting position back. Then they brought it back Andrews, and he's sitting there like,
gotta love.
Should have just stayed with the Dolphins.
Gotta think the Dolphins wanted him back?
What happened?
You think the Dolphins wanted him back?
I think
at a certain price, yes.
Yeah,
I think they did.
I think they had an offer out.
He thought he was going to get that cheddar. He went to New England, got his cheddar, but now he's got his cheddar on the bench with some crackers.
Well, anything like me, ain't nothing wrong with some cheddar on the bench.
Karras about to play center guard tackle, sit in the center of the bench, guard the water, and anybody come get the water, he tackle him.
I think Skura is going to be just fine. I
hope you're right.
When he's healthy, he was top 5 in win percentage on run and pass blocking. So, he has the potential, but it's like they should have drafted a center instead of a tight end.
I wanted Landon Dickerson so freaking bad.
I wanted Murphy, Humphreys. And then when the Chiefs took him, I was like, you got to be kidding. The whole draft, the second day, was me just hoping and then being disappointed. And then, we're getting Javonte Williams. Denver's up. Denver doesn't need a running back.
Psych.
Tell me right now, Doug, the most pressing, real bad positions that the Dolphins need.
Center.
That's one. I said 4, but I'm going to show you something. That's one.
4. So I'd say center. It depends on what they do on defense. If they're going to stick with that mostly 3-4 run scheme, because they don't have that big NT in the middle.
Yeah, but they're going to stick with it.
And then I want another Ricky. I want a Derrick Henry. I want that running back that's going to take a blunt of the carries.
So watch this. You said running back, you said center, and you said nose tackle. Is there even a 4th? I'm talking about diehard we really need right now.
No.
So the reason why I said that is this. Every year there's a process in what we bring in this rebuild, right? And I feel like especially with the cap that we should have next year, that's $59 million. That's the finish. That's the finish.
Free agency or draft?
Both.
Either way, but that's the finish.
It depends on the age of the free agent we bring in.
I think
honesty.
nose tackle is something you got to go get in free agency.
I wanted
to know that
Shelton.
you're getting a proven guy. Well, we didn't know. I'm saying for next year, nose tackle is what you got to get in free agency, and also center. That might be the guy you also get in free agency, because the one thing that goes unnoticed, ain't nothing more valuable than an offensive lineman that's already proven. You can go in the draft all you want and get the best talent. It is not more valuable than one that's already proven, because that's something that has an impact day one. And I think the nose tackle and center, they are literally going to invest in free agency, and they're going to get their running back of the future in the draft.
Now I got a question for you, TD. Do you think Skura is going to be our starting center
this year?
Yeah,
70% chance.
Okay.
Who else is it going to be?
I'm hearing Dieter been talked at, and there's also Jesse Davis.
That's the unknown answer. How much do they feel like he's turned a corner?
Because they've been working Dieter at center for a while now. They like Dieter.
That's what makes me nervous. It's been for a while, but has he still taken that role?
That's why they should have, friggin' Miners is sitting there round 3, and you take. I get it. Long is a good tight end. I get it. But you had Miners sitting there. You had so many players. That's why I gave that grade the way I did, because I'm like, you took a tight end. And then they pick up another tight end. Then they pick up another tight end.
But give them the benefit of the doubt, because it's a part of what they're trying to accomplish. See,
it's the Belichick way.
No, their angle is one way, and we all may want it to be another.
Yeah.
But we have to soak in, why did they do what they did? Why didn't they take the center that you would have believed, and they went tight end like the way that they did? Something's there. And Giuseppe might be in the middle of it.
I talked about that in my my grade video, where I was like, we want this, but their board could be completely different. I had Morig as my number 1 safety. I had Holland as my number 2 safety. They probably had it flipped because of the injuries to Morig, so they took Holland. I was ecstatic with the Holland pick, but we have, everyone's like, oh, the best available was this guy. If you were in that war room with the Dolphins, I bet you that wasn't. I bet you best available was tight end Long out of Boston College.
And let me tell you, if they trade Giuseppe in training camp, will it all make sense then?
100%.
See, that's what I'm saying.
There's no way that happens. No way that happens.
Stop saying that. It was no way Tunsil was getting traded.
No way that happens, dude.
It was no way Tunsil getting traded.
I could have
two different scenarios.
Yeah, I could have saw Tunsil getting traded more than Gesicki, because they were tearing that sucker down when the Tunsil.
I'm not saying Gesicki's going to be here next year, but there's no way in hell
they need to sign him now. They cannot pull a Jarvis Landry with Gesicki.
Yeah,
that's why they got Long.
Yeah,
for the future
for insurance. Because they already re-signed Shaheen to a long-term contract. He ain't going nowhere.
And
Durham Smythe is the free agent.
They went tight end over linebacker, which tells me that they're probably dug in on Baker.
Yeah. Or maybe Long is the replacement for Durham Smythe, because Long is a little bit of a better blocker than Gesicki is.
What about Mac Hollins, guys? Mac Hollins.
Possibility.
I like him. He's a good guy, but I just haven't seen enough of him to be like, yeah, he's going to be here or not.
That's the problem. We have too many people on the back end of this roster that we brought in to develop that has some talent, but as we get into this stage, a lot of them, I think they're going to start phasing out, because we're going to literally see in camp, when we make our final roster, some valuable pieces didn't make the team. And when I say valuable, some of those projects that we thought would be up and like Isaiah Ford, you know how he survived all these years? The way this roster is constructed now, players like him, he got a little more cachet now, but players like him won't have that same shot. Y'all got to remember, we started more undrafted players than anyone 2 years ago.
Because we traded half the team away.
but we were also able to see who, like, that's what Nick Needham derived out of. That's what Preston Williams derived out of. That's what Myles Gaskins, Ahmed, and all these boys came from. So it helped us too to a degree. But at the same token, man, it's gonna get cutthroat as time goes. But you know what, Doug? What are the chances Jakeem Grant actually won't be on the team next year?
High. I'd say like 85%.
Really? Yeah. See, I keep being conflicted because here's why. The writing is on the wall because you brought weapons in and then you brought two guys who could also return punts in special teams, and Waddle and Holland. Both of them, they were specialists doing that in college as well. But do you want your number 6 pick and your second rounder doing that?
No.
So who you got? And Jakeem Grant was just a Pro Bowler at the position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to get a little not nervous, but like, man,
Waddle's going to be the special teams guy.
But you want your number 6? You want your number 6 pick returning kicks?
No, because he hasn't even played a full season yet, so I'm not all for that. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jakeem Grant doesn't even make it to training camp. Like, he's going to get released before training camp.
I don't know if he'll get released. I think they'll probably trade him. Yeah.
What are you going to get for him?
Pro Bowl special teams player and some other team. I could see a John Gruden wanting to bring him to run routes for him all day.
You know how the Raiders love their speed.
Man, I could see John Gruden saying, we got a guy who can light up the field of special teams. He can go across the middle, make plays. He's a little guy with a big heart. I can see John Gruden selling it to
They already had that there. What's the guy from Clemson or whatever?
And John Gruden will take another
Renfro.
one.
They have Renfro.
It's people like that, though. He has some value, believe it or not. Remember, he just made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
As a special teams player. Was he also all pro second team or something?
Marky Mark says Perry can return kicks.
Or if I'm wrong.
Perry.
Oh yeah, he can.
If he makes the team. But I heard Perry wanted to told the coaching staff he wants to play quarterback again. I mean, not be the starter, but he wants to work out at quarterback again. I heard that he told him that he wants to go back to playing quarterback, and he could be special teams, play as a backup, and do trick play, different stuff like that.
All right,
y'all know he played quarterback before, right?
Yeah, at Navy, where they did not pass a lick and they ran 50 times in the game.
He would be that guy they could utilize in a tricky situation. But he's been quoted as wanting to go back into training as a quarterback. He wants to actually practice and get reps.
He'll be the emergency quarterback. But actually, I want to say Bowden, Lynn Bowden was the emergency quarterback last year before Perry.
Yeah.
Right?
He saw more time than Perry did, too.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why we don't just go get Josh Rosen and go win a Super Bowl.
Hey, guys, real quick, I want to ask, and I know this has nothing to do with the Dolphins, but I just want to see you two go at it.
Oh, God.
Tim Tebow.
Why do they?
Were you on my Twitter?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I think I was.
Better winner than Tua.
I was going. I said that.
Like, you were going off, bro.
I said Tim Tebow was a fantastic college player, but a horrible NFL quarterback, and the Gator fans came after me.
See, now I gotta come after you, Doug. I was just gonna say, Steven, man, me and Doug don't argue, but for saying that, Doug,
I knew exactly where it was going because I knew what Doug was talking about.
Tim Tebow is a winner. Y'all always talk about, oh, well, what was Herbert's record versus Tua's record? What was Tebow record versus Tua record?
Tebow time.
Tebow won a playoff game. That's GOAT status.
He threw a lucky pass 85 yards up the middle against a horrible
completion percentage was 47 in that game.
Hold on. Let me ask the comment section.
Did he win that game? Or did the slant pass to Thomas win the game?
No, let me ask the comment section a question, Doug. Which would you rather? A guy who doesn't play well for 3 quarters and gets benched by a journeyman, or a guy who plays like trash for 3 quarters and come back and win the game in the 4th? Which do you rather?
I'll tell you,
Tua. I'd rather have
Tua. I'd rather it be Tua time than Tebow time.
Tua can throw the ball. It doesn't take him 9 years for it to rotate in a full.
Traditional Dolphin fans, one in mediocrity. Tim Tebow is the GOAT.
I'm going to tell you.
Drop him back. He's going to throw.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I got
He
married.
breaks a tackle. He's up the sideline. First down. 4 yards at a time. That's what Tebow was. 4 yards at a time, baby.
So then why isn't he in the pros anymore?
He is now. He back.
Yeah, because his college coach is in love with him.
He
That's
ain't no
why.
tight end. He a tight end disguised QB. Jacksonville gonna be. Hey, I know one thing. He Tua better have a better game than him when we play Jacksonville.
All right. Hey, so let me tell you a funny story real quick about Tebow. I get married on a Saturday, and I said, all right, we're not going on our honeymoon till Monday because the Dolphins played the Denver Broncos on that Sunday.
It pissed me off so bad.
And so we were up 14-0. We had the game in the bag. Meanwhile, my wife, first day married, Tebow's going to come back and win. Tebow's going to come back and win. Are you kidding me, honey? Are you kidding me? First day married.
Everybody knew it was going to happen, bro. That's what Tebow bring. You know it's going to happen. With Tua, be like, man, when Fitz going to get in the game?
If it happens one time, it's going to go crazy. Like, it's going to go crazy.
Tell me when Tua ever threw a jump pass for a touchdown.
I'll show you some film.
Don't get kicked off YouTube.
Hey, Tebow gets buckets. That's what he gets. Touchdowns all day, man. It's gonna be
not with his arm.
Hey, what? You know what, Doug? You lying? You know why you're lying? He won a playoff. He won a playoff game. He won a playoff game with his arm.
You're talking about the playoff game against Pittsburgh, right, Doug?
He won a playoff game with his arm.
Oh,
no.
And that happened in the last 2 minutes of the game.
So and guess what? He threw that beautiful slant when they bailed out all our blitz. Tebow, Demaryius Thomas. Oh, touchdown! Broncos beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You know for a fact if Tua throws a slant. Mm-hmm. And Waddle takes it for a touchdown, and all these Tua people come after TD saying Tua just won us the game. You know TD's gonna be like, Tua didn't win you no game. He was bottom put together the rest of the way. Tua didn't win you nothing.
See, you're right, Doug. You know why? Tua would have to do that 8 weeks in a row like Tebow did for me to believe it.
Oh, I got the stats in front of me. You want me to pull up 8 weeks in a row? 2 weeks before that.
Donald Davis.
No. See, this is what you're missing with Tebow. 8 weeks in a row. He played like trash for the first 3 quarters, but 8 weeks in a row in the fourth quarter, money.
Elway wanted nothing to do with him. Elway thought he wasn't a real quarterback.
Elway got burnt every time. Elway say, "I'm gonna put him out there and show everybody how trash he is." And every games
because he forgets about the Patriots game and the Buffalo game where the Broncos lost 41-23 and 40-14, and Tim Tebow couldn't pass 200 yards past.
and guess what? None of them was worse than Tua losing to Buffalo at the end of the season.
Hey, shout out to Donald Davis. He said we got the Dolphins
for that game.
Podcasters all wearing a Buffalo shirt tonight.
No. I blame you for that game because Tua watches your channel, man. Listen,
he watches your channel.
He watches TD's channel, and TD said,
"How do you know this?"
TD said Tua needs to take more risks. He needs to throw him in there. He needs to fit it in there. So Tua's like, "All right, I'm down 28 right now.
Tebow,
I need to start chucking those in there." He throws 3 interceptions. One wasn't his fault. Parker fell. One wasn't his fault. Those 2 interceptions, and now everyone's like, "See, he sucks." That's your fault, TD.
No, if Tua watched this channel,
he would be.
No, if Tua watched this channel, he'd be in Grier office cussing and screaming, "Why you let Fitz go? Why you let Fitz at least go get Rosen back?"
David said more jersey sales, Tebow or Lawrence. Tebow all day.
Man, I just lost all day. Hey, Doug, I just lost 500 subscribers.
Tebow all day.
You're welcome. I just lost 500.
No, Doug. They went over. They were like, "Nah, I'm sticking with Doug. This idiot here." Look at it, TD still hating. He's annoying. I told you.
It won't let me put the comment in. Go to Miami Sports Music. Marky Mark said that we had. He said that we had the Dolphins All-Star podcasters on right now.
Yes, man, and we missing something, man. We missing. Hey, yeah, we already told him, Doug, how Steven screwed us over. We did that 2-hour stream.
Oh my God,
and he never recorded the stream of all of us together, so people never got to see it. That was the same stream that Doug was out here talking that crazy talk. Talking
Doug?
about
Doug or
yeah,
you, TD?
Doug
or
that
you?
crazy
I'll
stuff,
take my
man.
shirt off.
Hey, what did Doug say again, Steven? Something about Byron Jones or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
TD was talking spicy about my boy Xavier Howard.
Yeah,
talking at him.
Doug gonna sit there and talk about Byron Jones's. I mean that Xavier Howard.
Jamie was getting on you
bum.
too. Jamie was getting on you too, though.
Doug said Xavier Howard was a bum and overrated, y'all.
How dare you?
Just so you know, TD said that.
How dare you? How dare you, man? No, I did say some crazy stuff on that stream, but I already knew.
I guess
you
it's good it
recording.
did get you did.
I knew it would record it, Steven.
You knew, and you didn't say nothing.
No, I didn't know, but you know what made me feel like I might have knew is because what's his name? Wade said at the beginning, "Why don't we just do this live?" And you were like, "No, we gonna record it." You know, we
That's why we're gonna do it live tomorrow night.
He gonna forget to hit the live button, Doug. We can be like, nobody's commenting.
That's why we're gonna do it live tomorrow night. Doug's not gonna be there. Doug's got something better to do.
I'll be there for until I got a child. No, I'll be there.
What time again?
Until TD
9 p.m. to 11.
Miami Sports Music.
Yep. And then obviously the morning show, the all new morning show, Clap Blockers. So psyched about that. From 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And I'm hoping to get you guys up there as co-host, here and there.
I could do it. Yeah, when she has off, I could do it. Because I'm the stay at home dad now. She went back to work.
Hey guys, man, I love to keep chatting, but I was supposed to stream for 1 hour, and I just noticed we had 3 hours and 1 minute. And me and my wife were supposed to watch a movie too. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
You about that life?
Oh,
it's
my fault. Blame me. Blame me.
No, I'll blame Tua. She'll understand.
Blame Tua. See, the real question should have been Tua time or Tebow time. That should have been the real question.
Everybody knows when it comes to a time, Tebow is unbeaten. There's nobody.
Is he though? Is he though? Is he though?
Oh my God! Tell me, okay, Brady comes close maybe in the clutch, but nobody's more clutch in NFL history than Tim Tebow. You can hate all you want.
Oh my God! Somebody please rewind that and record it and put it up on social media.
Nobody's more clutch than Tim Tebow in NFL history, man.
Shut you if you don't record that.
There's one player that came close that's rival, but it was only one game, and that was Greg Camarillo.
Aaron
Baltimore
Rodgers had 2 Hail
Ravens
Marys.
made Brian Billick get fired the next day.
Yep, that one win, but Tebow's was better, man.
I tell you what, I tell people all the time that I thought when we won that game, I thought we'd won the Super Bowl. Like, that's how bad I was cheering. And I was living here in Baltimore at the time. I was talking lot of crap.
Listen, I remember before that game, Miami, if you care about us, just one.
I couldn't watch the end of it. I had to go.
You didn't watch it?
I watched me and my father were watching the first half, and then my mother was singing in a church choir. And my dad was like, "You have to go. Your mom's gonna be mad." And I'm like, I was in church. That's why we won. It's because I was in church. I rarely ever go to church, and I was in church.
Well, Doug, Tua gonna need you to attend every Sunday this year. Okay, let's set it up. Even if we got to get you streaming the service at home, Doug, whatever it takes. Okay. All right. Anyway, look, the wife calling me. And she right in the other room. So I'm out.
All right, guys, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on Miami Sports Music's Facebook and YouTube page, Clap Blockers. Come and see me. And then tomorrow night on Miami Sports Music's YouTube channel, these 2 other guys, these knuckleheads, along with
Say three. Me, Doug, and Tebow.
No. These 3 knuckleheads, along with the rest of the Miami Sports Music podcast crew, we're going to have a good time. We're going to just hang out and talk, and we want to see you guys there. Thanks for having me on, bro.
No, thanks for coming through. Everybody already know on this channel is Miami Sports Music all day. Hey, tell Solo to check his emails, man. He sent me a track. But I need the one with just instrumentals as well. So
he said he asked. We had a meeting. We had a business meeting tonight, and he said that it's about to go down with you two. So
yeah, man. But well, I'm gonna hit him up. Just tell him respond because I don't check my emails either. So have him respond.
Neither does Solo.
I check him. I check him once. I check him like once every 10 days. People be messaging me like 8 days ago. TD, did you hear about this and that? And I'll be like, oh, sorry, I just got your message, but I made a video.
M Miller 916. You love TD and Doug. What about me, man? No love for me.
Oh Lord.
No love.
All right,
for
man.
me.
I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna have me in the courtroom. Talk about
Your Honor. Your Honor, I was there.
I'm no longer with my wife, so
I love
see
you
y'all
guys.
later.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, love you, Doug. Love you, Steven. I'll see
Love
y'all
you
soon.
guys.
See ya.
Man, but yeah, man, that's what's up, guys. I'm out of here. Gotta go spend some time with the wife. Happy wife, happy life. Y'all know how that go. But anyway, this TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, about to get out of here. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed your night. But like I said before, y'all come on through tomorrow and y'all answer my question. Was the reason why Tua struggled is because he didn't trust his his weapons. It's that simple. See y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace. We out.